Greetings and welcome to a bonus XP edition of RuneScape Weekly. We're gonna just be kind of chilling, hanging out, and just talking really while we're bonus XP weekending, if you will. How's it going, everybody?
Doing good. How are you doing there, Mage? How are you doing, Pern?
Yeah, hey, Pern.
I am, not doing too bad.
Good. Getting everything set up here still. I've like got half the programs I need open for streaming, I realized.
Dem gains. You realize all this is just XP waste.
Everything is XP waste that is not. I mean, I'm currently doing cleansing crystals for double XP weekend, as you can probably see if you're watching the stream. And that's pretty much what I have planned for the entire weekend, I would say, pretty much. What are your plans, DX? Do you have any specific plans?
I'm over on the Ark at the moment. I'm one of an uncharted island. Just training my invention items. So I've already
You working on invention?
got to... Pardon?
So you're working on invention? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm training my invention equipment. Not the not the weapons and stuff like that. The skilling items and stuff.
Cool.
So right now I'm currently looking for an island that actually has a fishing spot on it. I've been to 3 large ones so far, and you'd reckon I'd have one?
Fishing.
So bloody didn't.
Fishing seems to be one of the harder ones to get to spawn. I've been to like about 500 Uncharted Isles in my lifetime, and I think fishing is like the rarest to spawn, which is annoying because it's probably one of the better ones to have. Pern, you got any plans, or are you just hanging out?
Not really. I'm just, I don't know. There just seems to be too many of these weekends now.
I was when
I had a look. So if I just go, last year we had September. In December, I mean, that was a 10% one, but it was like 5 days in December that we had. We had February, we had the weekend. Then the entire week after that, you got an extra bonus million XP to use up. That sort of went down from 100% down 95%, 90, etc. Down. And now we've got another one here in May. I mean, it's like, seriously, on top of all these lava lamps and everything that we've been doing.
It really feels like they're trying to break the paradigm of like what gaining XP really means, like what the baseline for XP gain is, because holy crap, the amount of XP, like I'm able to gain like almost 100 million XP a month with all the promos they've got going on. Like it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Morning,
it is,
Fatty.
and I mean, if you look at I think it was in 2012. I think they said when we used to, their bonus weekends usually start at 2.7 and gradually work down hour by hour till it was a 1.2. Yes. And they said, "Oh, no more bonus XP weekends. We're not doing that anymore. You know, it's too much coming in. People don't like it." Then all of a sudden I think that year we got one during, I think it was Halloween, where they did the bonus weekend, and that was just that straight double. And since then, it's just been like, seriously, guys, do we really need this many?
I agree with you, mate. I agree with you, mate. I agree with you, Pern. Oh my god, my hearing must be going as well as my eyesight. Can't tell the difference between Mage and Pern now.
I don't disagree with you, Pern, but I also just don't care very much. Like, if this is gonna help, like, make the game appeal more to more people, then whatever. I mean, at this point, it's just like I've already done everything there needs to. I don't know. It's hard to say.
That's fine. I mean, I don't mind if they do that, but not when they're going to keep all the XP. All the level caps at 99. I mean, yes, we're seeing Slayer coming in, but they didn't increase the mining or smithing. I mean, if you're going to do that, leave the 99, keep your max cape, so people still have that as their first goal. And as I was sort of saying yesterday in Discord, bring out a master max cape. So once you've got 120 in everything, you can get a master max cape, which basically will have exactly the same perks and benefits as a comp cape. And then when you do bring new things in, I mean, those comp capers don't have to complain anymore.
Capers are gonna, because they'll be busy complaining about the
fact
that
just drop back to
They'll be busy complaining about the fact that you gave their cape to people with 120s. That's what they'll be busy complaining about.
But if you
know
if you
they
have to have
will.
every skill to 120 in that,
They'll still
that's fine, because that's
such
still a long time commitment.
I
So
completely
it'll
agree
stop
with you.
those.
I completely agree with you, but I guarantee you there will be a small vocal minority that will be like,
Of course it will.
120 is nowhere near as difficult as comp cape. Like,
Yeah, well,
go
well, comp cape,
shove
I mean,
off.
they should exactly. They should still have to have the Master Quest cape to own the comp cape, as far as I'm concerned.
I would be okay with that if we're talking like trimmed comp cape, like trimmed comp cape. I would like master what the hell, Master Max cape. That is a fine requirement, I agree. But for the regular comp cape, I that is extreme.
Another thing that has just pissed me off as well, the new Slayer dungeon, we're going to have a boss down there. You have to get drops off the creatures for keys to get into this boss monster fight. And guess what they've done to all the skillers who love their Master Quest cape again? Kill the boss as many times as you can, because we're going to put 5 new lore books in there.
Oh, I bet you can't wait for that.
Yeah, it's like, F you very much, you know? It's like, you know, stop putting lore drops in these big boss fights. I mean, if they're dropping from the Slayer creatures, great, well and good. But, you know, I mean, Nex AOD, I mean, there is no reason she had, that she had to have a lore book. They didn't do it for the other elite God Wars monsters God Wars bosses when they did that. It's just, they just seem to be putting the Master Quest cape is just getting so many combat requirements, and that wasn't what the original idea of it was.
Yeah, I'm all for limiting combat requirements to a reasonable amount, and it seems as though combat just seems to have kind of taken over a lot of the comp cape requirements, and just even the Master Quest cape. Master Quest cape is like a lot of it is combat, and that seems really counterintuitive to the quest type. Like
what it was originally.
Yeah, that just doesn't seem right.
What
to
they
me.
originally gave us, what they originally told us about that, it was more for the skillers, had to have something for them to aim for. You know, complete all your mini quests, do all that type of thing.
It was supposed to be
But
the
then you
comp
just turn
cape for
around.
people who didn't want to do combat. Basically, obviously,
Exactly.
I'm sugarcoating it, but yeah. Like, that was one of the big appeals, was like, hey, if you're not into combat, here's a an endgame cape that you can obtain. And that kind of went out the window. I mean, it pretty much
right. And that just gets frustrating.
If they made all the drops for all the lore drops like instantaneous, like they, I think they started to do that with like AOD and stuff like that to try and help people. Like, if that was the case where like first attempt at whatever monster it was guaranteed to get those books, then fine, whatever, I only had to kill a few. But you shouldn't make someone have to do 20, 30, 40 plus hours of combat in a cape that's supposed to be for lore. It just seems weird.
And I think, I mean, they probably will make that lore drop like they did with AOD, sort of first kill type thing, but still, and it will be a solo boss, so that's not as annoying. It's just frustrating that, Master Quest cape lore drops should have little mini quests or, something different that just go in there, kill a boss, walk away type thing all the time. That's just, it just gets very frustrating when they do things like that over and over and over again.
It does get
This
frustrating.
edition of Runescape Weekly is by Salty Nassius.
Yes, I got my salty title last night. So I'm allowed
he's getting it all out of his system now, folks.
I'll have nothing to talk about when this is done.
So
that just those little things are frustrating. But yes,
I don't blame you for them frustrating you. I'm gonna just quickly do a quick test to see if I have the donation system set up correctly. We have a no donation system in place, by the way, that's supposed to be a lot more flexible. For me, as far as things are going, I just want to make sure it's functioning correctly. So I'm just going to do a test and see if it sounds like it is. Look at that. Okay, cool. I did not.
Hey, Pern, you're going to be singing at some by. Hey, Pern, you're going to be singing at some by.
Look at we just
see like Green Nephew.
Anyway, Let's continue on, shall we? I don't really have any specific posts planned for this show, so we can pretty much just ramble on about whatever we want. Chat can pretty much go for that as well. If anyone has any specific topics you want us to talk about, feel free to engage.
Like this comment by Zeno here.
Yeah, saw that. Yes, I am salty, I know. But...
Does Fern work at McDonald's? He's salty enough to handle the fries.
You want that upsized?
Yeah.
I love
I
love McDonald's fries, by the way.
I don't.
Really?
No.
I'm a Wendy's man, through and through. I love Wendy's.
You know our Wendy's here in Australia are not like the Wendy's you got. Our Wendy's out here are just ice cream.
Yeah.
Really? That's so
and
weird.
also some hot dogs.
That is so weird.
KFC chips are the best here.
KFC's awesome. We have here KFC does potato wedges for their French fries or whatever, but they're delicious. They're great. Please, please, please use a bank pin. My friend lost 200 million even with authenticator because of not having one. Yeah, well, have a bank pin. That's a good idea. It's like, I love topics. Like, I don't love topics like that, but it makes me cringe a little bit. Like,
it warms the cockles of your heart.
if you had, let's just like equate this to like real life rationale. If you had like $100 million in your house, why not invest in a safe? Would you really just leave that in the living room? I don't. Why?
I like that. Well thought of.
I don't understand why people think that bank pins are like such a big deal. I don't know. It's silly. It is.
It'd be like Scrooge McDuck and had that gigantic vault.
Right. I guess if you have 100, one thing is definitely don't dive headfirst into a pile of like metal. It's a bad idea. You will not have that effect.
Yeah, I learned a lot from Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah, how to break your neck.
And dive in the coins.
Try chatting on Twitch, but I can't get my account verified because it keeps giving me a 400 error. Good job, Twitch. Piece of crap. It's okay. You're always welcome here, Patrick. So I have an article here that's kind of interesting from VentureBeat, which is just, it's weird to see an article about RuneScape on VentureBeat. So it's kind of why it stood out to me here. It's just entitled RuneScape maker Jagex and Improbable partner to create massive open world games. And then I'll read on here. Let me just increase the font to 800.
I heard about this the other day.
Yeah. So it says, just a few days after raising $502 million from SoftBank, Improbable has announced an alliance to develop big online game worlds with Jagex, the maker of fantasy role-playing online game RuneScape. Jagex will use Improbable's spatial OS and operating system built for an era of cloud computing and big data for future development projects. London-based Improbable has stirred a lot of conversation about technology and open worlds since the news from SoftBank. Improbable's spatial OS technology is a computation platform that allows us to build virtual worlds that offer permanent, persistent, and engaging experiences. Quote, Jagex has already made RuneScape an iconic brand in the online gaming space, and it's great to be partnering with them to bring new levels of depth and scale to Jagex's future creations by providing spatial OS as a platform, said Herman Nurula. I'm sorry if I butchered your name then, Nurula probably. Improbable's founder and CEO in a statement, from catching the first fish on Tutorial Island in 2001 to hunting for loot in the wilderness, RuneScape and the world of Gielinor have given millions of players stories to tell. We're excited to see what such an experienced team can do with an established and well-loved IP. Well, let's hope they can do better than Hyper Hippo did. To be able to do with our platform, which enables greater player density, larger and more detailed worlds, and new forms of emergent gameplay. Jagex didn't say what it would build. Improbable tries to handle the infrastructure for online games, offloading that task so developers can focus on building worlds. Phil Mansell, Chief Operating Officer acting CEO of Jagex, said in a statement, quote, as a studio, we have an online gaming at heart, and we've always looked for technology that can help us deliver the best possible experience for our players. We're looking forward to working with Improbable and discovering the advancements the Spatial OS platform can bring to a multiplayer game. Others using Spatial OS include Bossa Studios, which makes World Adrift, Split Milk Studios, which makes Lazarus, Hello VR, which makes MetaWorld, Entrada Interactive, making Rebel Horizons, and Soulbound Studios, making the Chronicles of Illyria. Established in 2001, Jagex has had more than 250 million people registered to play RuneScape. It has 320 employees currently in Cambridge, England. There you go. There's an employee count for you right there. So, new technology, big speculations. This could mean a complete overhaul of the engine for RuneScape, or it could mean a completely new project altogether, leaving RuneScape possibly in the dust. Thoughts?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Scape Seeker. Yeah, light seeker thing going on.
Escape Seeker. Like it. I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, this is very interesting. This is great technology. Obviously, I'm a little scared that it's not for RuneScape. That's all. Like this is for another project.
Hey, maybe they'll make like first person mode for RuneScape. Wouldn't that be cool?
Now let's have Hyper Hippo work together with Hello Games. No Man's Idle Sky, the ultimate disappointment in gaming. There's so much in that sentence that I just don't want. Hyper Hippo. Oh, Hyper Hippo. So, RuneScape 4, possibly
RuneScape 4.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm thinking here. Is this is probably going to be a next generation version, possibly of RuneScape. Could be for the mobile environment. Could be for a different. It could be for the Asian market. That's the Asian and Eastern market combined together.
That sounds like something I would say.
Oh, forgive me. My brain is trying to become more efficient by melding words together. Unfortunately, it doesn't understand that concept actually wastes time, because then I had to explain to people why I'm an idiot. Elite says, what do you think of the idea of giving Slayer monsters quasi-protean resources that only give XP instead of skilling resources? You mean so they like dissolve themselves into XP, but they don't actually produce an item for sale on the GE, or produce gold in any way? They kind of just dissolve into XP when consumed. If that's the case, I'm kind of fine with that. If anything, that's kind of a way to train your skills, I guess, outside of combat for people who don't want to. As long as the XP is in no way competitive with actually training the skill, I would be fine with that. Jagex is rolling all.
As long as it gives mid-range XP, not the highest.
Exactly.
If they're dropping logs, it gives you equivalent to sort of say like you, not anywhere near magic or elders.
See, I would be like Willow.
Yeah.
Like I mean, you can get the XP of like Willow logs. Like that would seriously, like, fine. Like you want to get some XP, that's fine. Like 30k XP an hour, doing what you're enjoying in combat. But, I still have to do combat when I don't want to do it, so why should, unless you're going to give me a 100% way to make bank, I would be very hesitant to not make combatants do some skilling. But if we want to go down that two-way street where it's like, okay, skillers now have plenty of money-making methods, then I'd be totally fine with saying, then fine, yes, then people who don't like skilling can totally get their XP via ways that they want to play the game. As long as it's a two-way street, that's all that matters to me. It's just balancing that two-way street is really hard in a video game. Yeah, what's up, Hearn?
That's it. I was listening to the new episode 3 of Menaphos, where they're talking about the Slayer dungeon and such, and I was really excited about that treasure chest at the end to gather all your stuff. Until I sort of figured, a lot of people who do train Slayer leave a lot of that junk on the ground.
Yeah.
I'm one of those that has to pick up everything, but now people aren't. I think it's just really going to flood the market. So I want to see just let's bite the bullet now and just start giving gold. Stop giving items so that gold's coming in rather than people high elking and things like that. They have to buy those components off the skillers if they want to do it with that gold that they're getting. And it's a win-win for everyone that way, I sort of think.
I don't think adding golds. I don't think adding gold is a problem. I would just like to see a more creative solution is all. But like, if that's what has to be done, that's what has to be done. Yeah. I can't say anything bad about adding gold.
Imagine now. Yeah, because I mean, at the moment now, you leave. Say half the people leave their drops on the floor because it's just not worth their time to pick it up. But now those people, it's all going to go into a thing at the end, so they're just going to grab it anyway and then just dump it on the GE. So I can see a big price crash with that sort of thing happening now, which is sort of a bit of a worry.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing we're trying to avoid, right? Is crashing the economy.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
starts to think so much gold income would crash the value of gold. Can you crash the value of gold? I suppose you can definitely inflate the currency. Yeah, but would it inflate the currency? That's the thing that you really, I guess we have to think about is would straight up gold inflate the currency more so than dropping rune items that are an elk value? How does dropping gold inflate the economy more than dropping rune items that they require a nature rune? Okay, so that's minus 300 gold off of that inflation each time or whatever. But what I'm saying is it's still a decent amount of money is coming into the game no matter what, and that money is going to be spent, though. That's the thing, is making sure there are sinks for that money to be spent on. And it's a fine balance between gold incoming and gold outgoing. And right now, I think we have all the gold incoming just in the... All right, how do I explain this without sounding like an asshole? Let me think here. Because I don't want to sound like a complete apologist for skillers, even though I kind of am. But like, all the gold making seems to only come from the combat right now. What needs to happen is that spray needs to be more adjusted over a spectrum of things. So you have, skillers have some skills that also are spraying cash upon them, if you will. This is a horrible analogy, I apologize. The fire hose analogy will not be used again. But what I'm saying here is it's all, all the money seems to be combat focused or combat centric right now, and we need to kind of shift that. And when I say all, I don't mean all, but like 80%, I think is fair to say. Skillers don't really have much. It's more than that, right?
I'd probably say closer to 90, yeah.
When I think money making and skilling, I literally can only think of
Divination.
Yeah, Divination, really. And that's pretty much it, which is unfortunate, but hey, that's what we have right now, and that's what we have to work with. Thank you for the follow, Master Bacon 55. Appreciate that. But heck, what do we do then? It's like we have the mining and smithing rework in production, right? Like that's supposed to come out this year. That's supposed to help.
I'd like
skillers.
to think it's in production right now.
We would like to think it's in production. In reality, it's just Mod Jack in a corner ripping his hair out, crying, just like I don't know what to do. But to be fair, his design documents, in my opinion, are actually hit the nail right on the head. It just seems as though there's been a lot ado about them, back and forth between the PVM community, I guess, and the overarching skilling community, which in of itself is such a large community that it has its own like sub communities inside of it that don't even necessarily agree with each other, and that can be frustrating. So yeah, the mining and smithing rework, just reworking a skill in general, apparently is a behemoth of a task that nobody really expected it to be. I certainly didn't expect it to be. I figured this would just be like one design document would be written, then revised by the players, and then it would go into production. And we're on like the third postponement, I guess, coming up. I feel like if the thing gets postponed again, it's just never happening.
Just like Fossil Island, it'll never happen.
Bank bidders never happen.
I think, thankfully, I don't think
Penguins in space
is happening.
That'll never happen.
I kind of hope Penguins in space happens.
So
I hope they released that soundtrack, because that soundtrack was just too ridiculous to actually just leave out. It's too crazy.
Yeah, Turn-Hour, I forgot about that. Yeah, you can make a bit more Turn-Hour. Obviously mining rune ore, while the ore is a tune, so that's another thing skillers can do. Of course, that's random, but it breaks up the monotony as Mad Biatch says there. I haven't noticed any chair squeaking. Me either. It hasn't come over the mic yet, DX. That's good. My chair's squeaky as hell too, so you can blame it on me half the time.
Mine
anyway.
Mine is so damn squeaky. I desperately need a new chair, otherwise it's gonna break one day and I'm gonna be sitting on a pole.
Oh yeah, I've broke one chair since the studio has been here, so I feel your pain.
Is that when you're raged?
No, I got a really, really cheap chair from a thrift store, and it was already falling apart. And I was like, it was like $5. I'm like, I'm gonna ride this thing into the ground, and I literally did. I went to lay back in it one day watching YouTube, and it just snapped, and I flew backwards into the freaking shelf behind me. It was put my head through one of the back of my head went through one of the shelves. It hurt really.
Oh my god.
Those are good times. I was not happy. then I got this chair, which
You
is
said-
also...
you just contradicted yourself. You said it was good times, but you said you weren't happy.
Oh
What?
yeah,
You contradicted
that's what
yourself.
we call sarcasm in the business, DX.
Okay.
So I got this new chair, and well, new to me, I also got it at a thrift store. Didn't learn my lesson, and this one's still holding in one piece, but for how much longer?
Just don't lean back.
It's very squeaky and cracky and wobbly, so I wouldn't be surprised if I ended up on my ass in the next few months if I don't get a new chair. It's in the forefront of my mind. Like, new chair is something I know I need, but you know, first comes food, then comes electricity.
Settl's giving you a new title, mage.
Mage with the chair breaker, the shelf
The
breaker.
shelf breaker.
Nice. I didn't even see that one coming. I would go with chair
Hold on.
breaker. Awesome. All right, where the hell?
I need more than WD-40, by the way, Elite Man. I just need a whole bloody new chair. But unfortunately, I spent like $270 on getting new glasses because I had my eyes checked out this week. So
Yeah, eyeglass changes are always expensive. Oh, this one
Yeah.
got deleted. Hang on. It's a good one. Let's see if I can find this thread. I hate it when the good ones get removed from Reddit. Reddit moderators, stop doing your job. Alright, I got it. Let's see here. This one... Alright. This one is by Malice of Nightfall. Let me just increase the font, because I'm also blind and need like 80 font to see anything. Alright. I feel sick. How much of a dick do you have to be, is the title here. I have no Slayer points, and though... okay, I'm sorry. Even though, fuck it, let's get this Wildy Worm task out of the way. When to start killing legit one kill into it, and I start getting ragged by a major. So, great, so I had tons of sups, so decided to start fighting back and figured if I die, I'll lose 50k. So I was doing work on him, and he froze and dragged me into multi. No big deal. Another guy there started helping me. When I got that sinking feeling, I had a snapshot on my bar, and I hit the guy helping me out. They both insta-piled me, I almost made it out, and they killed me for 140 million. Lesson learned, don't step foot in the wilderness, there is no point. Like, what kind of mechanic is that? Jagex, why is multi everywhere in the wilderness? All I want to do is finish my task. I feel sick right now. I apologize, reading this is really hard. There's no punctuation. I really should just read this as it's written. Hang on, let me adjust. Oh, we got another diddling there. Let me recalibrate here. I don't know why the follows don't seem to pop up. That's weird. I apologize for that. Let me
usually when I'm hearing ding, I mean someone's bugging me on my damn phone.
No, it's apparently we're having multiple dings and I can't control them. Hang on, let me get to this window over here. Someone's probably just like following and unfollowing, and if that's the case, I will fix it. I wonder why this doesn't seem to be tied to our current thing for some reason. I don't know why that is. This new system.
You're 100% right. Lesson of the day: don't enter the wildy with items you're not willing to lose. So in other words, I'm gonna go to the wildy and bronze or something, or as Perm would say, yeah, DX would go to the wildy and he's dragon gear.
Yeah, I mean, I get a lot of those tasks out there, and I basically wear black D-hide and just take my attuned crystal bow and just do it at that.
Yeah, you
Yes,
really.
it takes me a little bit longer, but I mean, you don't. I mean, I'd rather not risk that amount of sort of money. And there's that guy running around with the bank now, so it's pretty easy just to top up your supplies and everything when you have to.
When you're not being bound and destroyed in the
Yeah.
in multi.
But that's right. But if you get killed, well, hey, I lose some black D-hide armor. Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Is like, don't bring multi-million-dollar weapons into the wilderness unless you're ready to lose them. That's the big thing right there. Yeah, be safe. Enter
Unless
the
you're
wilderness
deeply
naked.
nuts.
Some people like to go nuts deep. What can I say? I can't fix this, by the way. I don't know how to fix this system. I thought I understood how to use Streamlabs. It turns out I don't know how to use Streamlabs. I apologize. It seems like the Twitch side might be working, but I don't think the YouTube side is working. I don't know. At least for follows. I think for or I don't know. It seems to work for like Twitch stuff, but not for YouTube stuff. So that's something I have to look into, and I apologize for that. I'm trying to keep an eye on the back end system here. So if anything comes through, I'll do my best for shoutouts. But sorry.
The other thing with the Wilderness now, that new update that they did, where you can just you can go into your settings and with another player have right click to attack. So if you accidentally click them with your with the left click mouse, you're not actually going to kill them. So I have, whenever I'm entering the Wilderness now, I just always have that clicked.
That's a good point there, Pern. That's a really good point, man. That we got that option and we just never remember to use it.
Oh, I do.
That's a Panaceous pro tip right there, fellas.
It's a triple
Going
P.
to the Wilderness, just have that done. In fact, I think I have left. I don't think I've ever changed it back on attack other player. It's always just right click.
Yeah, I turned that off when I started doing 120 fire making for NPCs and for players, really, but mainly for NPCs in that instance. But you can do it for NPCs and players. So I had to switch NPCs to right click because I kept attacking the stupid Jadinkos down there, and I just wanted to chop wood for God's sakes. And I was like, this isn't 2008 anymore. I can turn off monster clicks. This is great. Can't do that in old school RuneScape, can you, suckers? Anyway. What we got going on here? Yeah, don't bring your gotta love the 130 million weapon versus a Batwing wand and book. He died to freaking Batwing. That just sucks.
Oh, why?
Can you imagine?
Probably using ancients too.
That's the thing, though. I mean, really, what he's going to save 4 or 5 minutes on that task by using, I'm assuming he's using a Nox bow out there. So, I just don't understand that mentality for an extra 4 or 5 minutes. Why you would just take that risk with that sort of money?
I don't know. I mean, I know people who often go into the Wilderness and are like, I'm gonna do my lava worm task. Let me bring 300 million gold with me in weapons and armor. I don't understand it. Or even people who are like, I'm going to bring one item that's 150 million gold, and then, I'm just going to assume that there isn't any, glitches left in the game that's going to get me skulled, Don't fall for that either, because you'll be
the worst.
You'll be unpleasantly surprised.
Just wait for the next week when they've broken it again, and there you got Nox bow glitch happening again, will be.
It seems like every week I hear about a new skull glitch or something along those lines that have the potential to pretty much cause you to lose things unintentionally. I don't know why, it just seems to be that way. Anyway, shall we do the TLDW for the Slayer Q&A? We got it here. We might as well do it. It's not that long. Yeah. Any interest?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, sure.
Can you pop a link in to chat?
Yeah, I'll pop a link. Discord or like stream chat?
I've got them both open. That doesn't matter.
I'll toss it into all the chats, into all the stream chats.
I don't know why, but I lost my bookmarks.
For anyone who wants to follow along with us there. So, I'll start off.
I lost my bookmarks in bloody Google Chrome for some reason.
Are you logged out?
I don't know where they've got. They've just disappeared.
You log out of Chrome, maybe? I don't know.
No.
Anyway, so real quick, Account Security Week is underway. It's almost over, pretty much. You would have been getting 2 extra keys if you had your authentication enabled, but the big thing here is Jag has been retired. So it is no more. If you were using Jag as a protection in place of Authenticator, you need to enable Authenticator. Your account will be completely insecure if you only had Jag. And if you don't have a smartphone, it doesn't matter. You can get Authy or other forms of authentication. If you want to learn how to use Authy, check out my channel, magebit.tv. There's a video there on how to use Authy.
And And if I could just tell any of our clan members who are listening, if you're not sure, I had Mage add a link on our Facebook page. So if you can just drop the name of the RuneScape the Kill Skill and Chill Facebook page, because I don't know it.
Yeah, the URL is unintelligible. You'll have to just enter a Kill Skill and Chill on Facebook, and I think it's isn't it like a hidden group as well? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Let me see.
Yeah,
I don't know. I inherited it, so I don't fully understand what's going on. But there is a link in it. You're right. There definitely is a link in it. Is this a closed group or a secret group? I don't know. If you want to become a member, though, I'm pretty sure you can apply for membership. But you obviously have to be a member of the clan as well. Anyway, let's see. Accounts with Authenticator, of course, are fine. Like, if you have your authentication account now, no problem. You're good to go. Anyway, let's talk Slayer Dungeon, shall we? Let's just jump right into the Slayer portion of Menaphos here. Obviously, we're coming up on the release of the Golden City in less than a few weeks. I am pretty pumped. So let's see here. General information, of course, located in Sotham, City of the Dead. The Slayer level cap will be increased from 99 to 120, raising the total level from 2715 to 2736. Required for the completionist cape 3 months after release. More details next stream on that. Secret Slayer mechanic will be introduced as something on the side on release, so something we're unaware of is going to be added to Slayer. Speculations. I couldn't really think of any. And no Iron Man restrictions will be added to the new content. What could this Secret Slayer mechanic be? Any thoughts? I couldn't...
maybe the further down you go, the more aggressive they get, I'd imagine.
Seems pretty uninspired. Secret Slayer mechanic.
I'm hoping they might have something like a challenge run where that you'll give you a contract of 5 or 6 of the different monsters. You got to kill a bunch of them.
You know what I'd like
to get to the next one, to the next room, to get to the boss.
Yeah, I would love. Like I would love to see like Slayer waves, like where you just take on
that's what I was
waves
hoping.
of Slayer monsters, and to basically
like
endless
horde
like
mode. Fight kill.
Yeah, only for just Slayer mobs, and it's all just Slayer mobs, and it's just waves of different combos of Slayer mobs, and you just rack up Slayer points and Slayer XP. That would be really fun.
What I was hoping we'd have sort of, like a cross between Dungeoneering and like the Fremennik dungeon, where you have different caves, and you've got to go through. You've got to fight, kill all the monsters in that cave, and then at the end there's like a general that comes out, which is like an elite version. You've got to kill him to get past into the next room, and then and just have something like that, and those type of challenges just for something different. That's sort of what I was hoping we would see, but it doesn't look like they're sort of doing much of that. It just and another thing that I sort of found surprising as well, they're actually starting the Slayer creatures down there at 88.
Interesting. Level 88, not like as in like
level
Slayer
88,
level 88.
Slayer level 88. Yeah, I thought they would have, because it's going to be more the elite Slayer area.
It's also, got to keep in mind that
started 96-ish.
You got to keep in mind that Menaphos itself is supposed to be low barrier to entry.
Menaphos is, but that's why I thought, they're moving it to Sophanum, because it's sort of Sophanum itself is locked behind a bunch of quests, and it's 120 Slayer. So I thought the reason they're putting it in Sophanum and not Menaphos is because it is the elite Slayer. It is going to be all those sort of higher end creatures, but
fair enough. Doesn't seem like
that way.
Yeah. Let's learn about what the Slayer dungeon is going to be. So it's going to have 2 main sections, Corrupted and Devourers, and there's some concept art in the document if you want to take a look at that. So it'll have the Ascension dungeon kind of model to it. Slayer creatures will have drop table keys that grant access to the Slayer boss. There are shortcuts around the dungeon to allow for easier navigation. Feathers of Ma'at are required to defeat Slayer creatures and are consumed when defeated. So this sounds almost like a token system, almost akin to what we have in the Warriors Guild. Almost, that's a really old mechanic, with the Cyclops having tokens that burn down as you kill them. They aren't per kill; it's per certain game tick amount, but a similar style of mechanic here, which is interesting. And of course, same mechanics as far as the gemstone dragons, kind of as far as the consummation of the Consummation is not the word I wanted there. Consuming.
Consumption.
Yeah, consumption, thank you. It's all about where you put the emphasis on the correct syllable. They are tradable. Let's see. So, Slayer mobs are corrupted and are unable to die, but the feathers allow them to pass on. They are tradable and come from shifting tombs and stores. You do not need to be on task to enter or fight within the dungeon, and it will take advantage of NXT, allowing you to see depth within the dungeon. That's pretty cool. That's good to know. So that's kind of your overarching environment aspect of the dungeon and mechanics. Let's talk Slayer creatures. So the requirements are going to be one.
Before we do,
go ahead.
Sorry, just unable to die. So basically the same as the elves in Prifddinas, where they just kneel down and
I wonder
sort of
if this plays off of the lore at all of a Maskit, and like she's supposed to judge these creatures before they die, but because she's gone mad, they can't pass on. They can't. Is that correct?
Had a look at some of.
I'm just guessing.
If you have a look at some of the artwork, if you have a look at some of the artwork, it was basically their corrupted versions, and they were mentioning I think it was the Devourers, similar to those creatures that we had in the 2015 Halloween event.
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
No, the little spirits.
Yes,
I remember that event. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they're gonna be similar to that type of thing.
Cool.
What a gem that Halloween event was.
I loved that event. I actually really like the aesthetics of that event, but yeah, the mechanics were not that great. Anyway, Slayer creatures, 88 to 117 Slayer, depending on the creature. Slayer masters will be Samona. Why Simona? Yeah, whatever.
Did you say Simone?
What? I said Sumona.
Did you say Simone?
I said
Simona would be
Simona.
because she's the desert.
Yep, the one
desert one.
The last popular one before you move on to the big two. Yeah, and then Curdle and Morvern. 12. There'll be 12 new creatures, 6 in each category. Corrupted and Devours. Corrupted are twisted from Menaphos, more laid back in casual tasks. Corrupted scorpions, lizards, scarabs, dust devils, etc. Devourers are under a Maskit's control, more rewarding and more intense. Not as much as Ripper demons or mammoths, but to use that as a scale, so a little bit less intense than those, but still more not AFK. Think Gorilla Arc, etc. Slayer tasks can be done with co-op Slayer as well, because everybody loves co-op.
I like how it's called Gorilla Arc, and they did that specifically to take the piss out of Shawnee.
Yeah. There will be a Slayer boss as well, as mentioned before, by the keys that drop from the monsters. Requirements, high-level Slayer, of course, and keys. Slayer boss is a solo boss. It will be released 2 weeks after Menaphos to allow keys to enter the market. Will be required for the Reaper title, and players will be able to attune the boss portal to that boss. Drops are currently a secret, but there are lore drops. So, Master Quest Capers are going to have fun with that. Loot chest.
This is the reason why Perm was salty at the start of the show.
I don't blame him.
I've actually, I only have the AOD book to go, and I'm not going to get it.
Why not? It's a guaranteed drop, and you have David.
I know
the debt bringer.
But if they're gonna continue to put lore books behind high end monsters, that is not what the Master Quest Cape was about. So
okay, so you're just like This is a stance you're taking. Okay, that makes sense. Fair enough. And I honestly, that's how I feel about some stuff as well. Like how I feel about Max Cape.
Yeah.
It's like if you're gonna keep adding skills to the game, then no, I'm just kidding. But
that I don't mind.
Just being a dick.
Actually give you long term content.
I know.
But I mean, just these. I mean, it's just the stupidity of how they're doing the look drops. It's lazy ass just putting it as a drop on a boss instead of making little mini quests or doing creating some actual content for the questers out there. No, we'll just throw it on, because we have a few of these, guys like lit up and all that who don't want to go questing. They just want to.
Yeah, some people that's what they do, like 9 hours a day. David's one of those people. Good morning and welcome for first time for our RXCK Gaming. Welcome. But yeah, for sure. I mean, there are just people that can literally just do bossing 10 hours a day. I'm not that kind of person. I can't do it.
No,
but
I like to do everything.
Yeah,
play a bit of everything, but I don't want group bosses because it is. I mean, David's great when he takes me down and such, but I mean, I don't have to go and find people or rely on someone and say, "Hey, take a noob like me down," and slows down your kills and all that type of stuff. So yeah, they can. No, I'm just not interested in anymore.
I have to say, just to play devil's advocate here, that if the lore book drops guaranteed, whether you even did the most damage or not, like as long as you tagged the monster and were there for the kill, and if that counts, I almost feel like that's kind of good enough. I know, I agree that
yeah. I mean, and that's fine that they do that, but I mean, it's just some of these things they're just adding for the sake of adding. If there was genuine lore for it, and as I said with the next one, I mean, Grador, Krill, Kree, and the Saradomin one, they didn't. When they did a hard mode, they didn't get extra lore books. So I don't understand why they had to do it on XAOD, which is a group boss then as well.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's a personal preference, but it's also loot chest. It's also about the loot. Let's talk loot. Most items dropped within the dungeon are stored in the chest rather than on the floor. What do you think about this, Pern? As somebody who fights a lot of AFK like Slayer monsters.
Yeah. That's the bit that does sort of worry me a bit, because I think we're going to see a big, if they're dropping herbs and I mean, logs are already sort of worthless unless you sort of get elder logs now anyway, and thankfully they don't drop, and nothing drops elder logs yet. But yeah, you're getting a lot of herb drops already, which the market's pretty much.
My concern, is pretty much along those lines, is that there's likely items that most people don't waste their time
just
picking
leave.
up.
That's right.
And now it's going to be picked up for them. Yeah. So that's going to devalue a lot of items.
Even more, exactly. I mean, we see the prices. I mean, grimy dwarf weeds. I mean, I had some in the bank at like 3.4k and they didn't sell before double XP weekend. I mean, that's
ridiculous. And they have a caveat in here that says certain rare items like the key won't go into the chest and will drop on the floor. But those are the items you do pick up. Like, those are the high value items you do go for. It's the little like 10 GP, 100 GP, 1000 GP, things like that, or like 4 rune bolts, stuff like that I'm not going to accumulate over time. Those are the things that are going to be the problem here, I think. And I can't say it's necessarily going to be a real problem or not. It's just it's a concern on my radar.
Well, it will be a problem because people are just going to get it. They'll just they'll take the whole lot, goes to their bank, and then once a month they'll clean out their bank. There'll be a glut of stuff there that they'll just dump in, and you'll see. They just want to get rid of it, so they'll put them in at 1 GP each and just watch everything crash.
It's a possibility
as time goes off. I reckon. Yeah. When I first heard this, I was sort of excited about it until I realized exactly how they're doing it. And it's like, I really do think we're going to see even worse profits on herbs and some potions and logs and mithril equipment and all that, which is, I mean, people don't pick those things up now. And if you try and buy something, but it's just, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, exactly. That's all we can do.
It's a bit of a worry now.
If these items have no real value beyond their alch value, we may just see them kind of hang at alch value, which they may already be at alch value. I don't know.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
Which, if they just do items which are elk value items, they do rune and addy and such, fine, just leave that in there.
Yeah. But if anything, that could be a good early warning test for the new smithing system. Is only use like rune items and stuff that are at alch value. Yeah. See how that works with the new Slayer dungeon. If it works without any major disruption, you could then be like, well, this is kind of we got to prove a concept kind of here for the mining and smithing rework. We can kind of go ahead forward with that a little more confidently than before. I don't know. Let me continue on here with the loot chest. The chest allows you to bank, collect, or abandon items within the chest. Toggle or auto-collect treasure chests. Item collectors such as Bone Crusher will not work while the loot chest is active. Loot scales.
Now,
go ahead.
Again, I go down there with my Bone Crusher and my Demon Horn necklace for prayer. That way I can just flick on Soul Split and not ever worry about anything.
Yeah.
So this is So if I toggle this chest off so I get my bones, that means everything's going to fall onto the ground.
Yep. It's all or nothing.
Yeah.
Which honestly, I appreciate
like
that.
they do. Well, yeah, I mean, sort of, but I mean, why can't they just, in that regard, have it like your legendary pet, where you can toggle what's collected by the bank and what goes, what you just drop?
It's probably spaghetti code if I had to guess, but you know that's a cop out. Now let's see. Toggle auto collect treasure chests. So yes, the items collected bone crusher doesn't work. Loot scales with difficulty of creatures and is better while on slayer tasks. On death, the player must pay a reclaim cost to receive the stored items in the chest. Chest will be inactive until you abandon the items or pay for them. So if you die, you can basically like hold those items. That's kind of a way to disable the chest almost, I guess, but you can do that anyway, so you don't really need to. But you can get your loot, it sounds like, even if you die, which is an interesting concept that I don't think has been replicated in any form before. Yes, no?
You can get rewarded loot, but only 10% of it, not maximum.
What are we talking about specifically here?
The reward chest that you were talking about just now.
This when you die, it's 10%.
Yeah, you only get 10%, not max.
Okay, because it just says here the
So-
player.
so you do-
Are you
so
sure
you
you
do
don't
get-
pay
so you do get
a
some
reclaim
reward.
cost of 10%? It says here on death, the player must pay a reclaim cost to receive the stored items. So is the reclaim cost 10%? Maybe.
I think that's just for death specifically, not the items you may get.
It
I don't
literally
know,
says
I'm
right
not- I'm
here
just-
the stored items, DX. The stored items, not you. Moving along. Drops and rewards. Common loot includes alkables, so again that points to items at alk value. That's a good thing. Corrupted magic logs, no seeds, herbs, or logs. That's a good thing. And here we have corrupted magic logs, used for XP and do not turn into a resource or for half the bonfire boost. Interesting. So somebody asked me that question earlier. What do I think of skilling items that just kind of disappear when you consume them? I honestly didn't know that this was coming into the game. DX, what are your thoughts on this? I don't know. I personally am okay with it. But from another skiller, do you have any a different perspective, or do you agree with my perspective, or what are your thoughts?
Shit. I've lost where we are. There we go. Common loot.
Corrupted magic logs, skilling items that when you use them are consumed, opposed to produce something that you sell. So people who are doing combat get some skilling XP, but cannot make money off of skilling.
I like it. I think it's a fair. I think it's more of a
It's a
more
step
of a
in the
what do you
right
call it,
direction.
yes,
As long as they're not tradable, that's
Yeah.
good.
I don't believe they are.
Yeah, I don't think they're-
imagine they are.
Pretty sure they're not
Yeah.
tradable. That would be ridiculous if they were tradable. And they really they lean towards, of course, no seeds, herbs, or logs. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Mod Timbo sticking to his promise.
Actually, yeah, that is actually a better way, and that sort of makes me less worried about. I haven't watched the whole show yet, so I've actually just got up to this part when I was sort of watching it. So this actually has just alleviated a lot of the problems I was sort of having with that loot chest. If they're doing these consumable alkables and magic logs only, then that's not bad.
It's much better than the alternative, that's for sure.
Yeah. No seeds, herbs, or logs, which are the things that we collect. One thing I do worry about they don't have on there.
What?
No
Energy?
divination energy.
Yeah. I mean, this is the equivalent of being like for the past like decade. I've basically had like 5 swords stabbed into my abdomen, and this is basically them removing one of the swords. Like, still sucks to be a skiller, but it sucks less. So I'm gonna count this as a victory. Let's see. New item called Vital Spark, which allows players to create 3 new sigils. Limitless. No. Thresholds under 50% requirement for 6 seconds, 90-second cooldown. 15% cost still exist? What? I don't understand. Thresholds under 50% requirement. Yeah, thresholds under 50% requirement for 6 seconds, 90-second cooldown, 15% cost for those abilities. Okay, that's kind of cool. You can pretty much fire off thresholds in a tight pinch there. If you need that extra DPS at the last second, but your adrenaline, maybe that adrenaline potion's still on cooldown.
Well, that's what they were saying. One good thing is there you can snap off an ultimate, so blast sunshine.
Yeah.
And then you can immediately click on that and flick off a rapid shot or something, or whatever the magic version of that is. So that did sound interesting.
It does sound interesting. Like, it sounds great for people who like combat. Yeah, like that adds another layer to DPS. I like it. Slayer Helm upgrade, level 80. Act the same, but requires an item from Slayer Dungeon and Slayer points to create. That's pretty cool. The Slayer Helmet seeing an upgrade, which we haven't seen in many years.
I think it's tier 80 now, I think, that new Slayer Helmet.
Yeah, it's almost like I just said level 80. And Luck of the Dwarves will work within the dungeon, which why wouldn't it? Yay!
I would hope so.
I know, it's like, it's kind of like...
I'd be really pissed off if it didn't.
By the way, there will be oxygen in the dungeon, and you will require an internet connection to participate.
To go in there first.
Let's talk XP and GP rates. Existing rates will be the 120 Slayer XP rates, 600 to 700 XP an hour, excuse me. New content will push it to around 750k an hour. Ooh, pushing the limits. 50k increase. Gosh, if these new monsters don't push 1 million an hour, like, I've lost interest already. Entry Slayer dungeon mobs. Yes.
The ones you get at the moment, 600 to 700k, are things like Ripper Demons and all that, because they do good. So
I want AFK mobs.
Easier than that?
I want AFK mobs that provide 700k XP an hour. Then I'm okay. If I have to get 104 million experience, I need at least 500k XP an hour AFK. Like, come on. Every other skill has it. I'm getting a million XP an hour right now AFK.
Do you get a million XP an hour when you were fishing or when you were woodcutting?
Nope. No, I'm talking none of those.
Or divination?
No, none of those. None of those are 120 skills. None of those are 120 skills. None of them are 120 skills. None of them are 120 skills. They're not 120 skills. And by the way, I don't know if I mentioned those are not 120 skills. I did those of my own volition. They do not have to have.
After the first 2 days of invention, was anyone getting 1 million an hour?
Really,
there's a 120 skill.
Really, invention. The skill that was broken. Yeah, the skill that was broken for an entire week.
After the second day.
Yes, after the second day, you could get it. If you average the amount of XP that you gain in a day and you keep that up, you could absolutely do 1 million XP an hour. If you average it out, you can get, if you're doing combat, of course. If you're doing skilling, no way. If you're doing combat with at least three things augmented, and you're doing combat all day, you could easily get 1 million XP an hour if you're doing the right mobs. Maybe Musabas, I would think, at least. I don't know because I'm a skiller, but I would guess maybe. I can't 100% say for sure though. Either way, elite skill, different XP curve, yada yada yada.
Let me work this out. It was taking about.
Well, no, we're not. You don't get to base this on what you're capable of. This isn't based on.
This is what the average. It was taking about 6 hours to level up 3 items to level 12 at Muspas, and then siphoning.
No. Disassembly. Disassembly.
Oh, okay, disassembly then. Okay, yeah, but. Yeah, even disassembly, you wouldn't be doing sort of.
I don't know. I think you just need to get on next
tier
level.
90s.
Who is supposed to say that? Who are you to say that?
Hang on, let me work this out. 450.
Crystal siphons.
Average person.
Crystal siphons.
That's only on tools, not on weapons.
Okay, fair enough. Didn't know that.
Womp womp.
Either way.
So that works about 700, 750
It doesn't matter. Your whole argument's moot because an elite skill has a completely different XP curve than a regular skill. So it doesn't matter what you're saying. Everything you're saying is basically pointless.
XP per hour.
But it doesn't matter. It's a different XP curve. Completely different XP curve and chart. 80 million versus 104 million XP. How can you even compare the two?
Just because you.
How do you compare something that has an 80 million cap with a 104 million cap? How do you do that? How do you compare the two?
Taking 200 million?
How do you compare the two?
The X is pissing himself laughing. I'm comparing it as an XP per hour.
But it's not fair. They're completely different. That is, you can compare the XP per hour if you want. You could also compare the dollar per hour of a rocket scientist versus a grocery bagger. But why would you? What's the point? They're completely different. They have completely different learning curves
in the game.
They're complete.
They are skills.
But why would you do that? What's the point?
Look at the 200 mil cap, which everything goes to.
All right. But so what? You could race there as a bagger, or you could race there as a rocket scientist. It doesn't matter. It's a different XP curve. And you are like
more than enough.
2 sentences away from being banned from the show. So keep going. Other Slayer content information. Soul Wars will treat all levels above 90 as 99 Slayer. I'm sorry, Soul Wars will treat all levels above 99 Slayer as 99 Slayer, basically because Soul Wars is useless content and there's no point in reworking it. Jack of Trades, Tears of Gothic.
I can't believe it even got a mention.
I know, right? Jack of Trades, Tears of Gothic XP rewards will scale to 120. Prismatic Stars, Lamps, and Dummies cap out at 99. Let's see here. Tuska's Wrath cap will not be increased, and Ferocious Rings will not be upgraded. No new Slayer pets. Slayer Master will be added, and existing Slayer mobs will not be adjusted. Which is, in my opinion, a bad idea, but whatever. Finally, there is nothing to prevent overcrowding, but we can dynamically change spawn rates if need be. High scores won't be affected, and all players will retain their current ranks. 120 Slayer broadcasts will be a global announcement. Cannons cannot be placed within the Slayer dungeon, and 120 Slayer cape will be getting a new skill cape emote. And there is your Menaphos Slayer Q&A.
I just want to also point out on your argument before, Stormsmith has come up with a very good one there.
I'll ban him if you read it. I'll ban him if you read it. I'm not kidding. I will ban him. I will ban him if you read it.
That's cruel. You can't.
I can.
Make me ban someone else.
I can, but I can do whatever
ban
I want.
me for reading it.
But that's Solomon's argument. I'll cut the baby in half, motherfucker.
What? Cut a baby in half?
Yeah, it's the Solomon argument. It's like I'll ban him, so the guilt's on the original person. Oh god.
Hey, we'll kill your kid, but it's not personal. It's just business.
I hate this show.
Okay, I'll shut up now and stop upsetting him.
I don't
He's
have.
not upset. He's just chilling.
I don't have any more posts, by the way. I was like.
I know what I'll do. I know what I'll do for Pern. Just you guys keep talking for a sec.
World Issues class making me think. World Issues class making me think of Goblin Diplomacy. That's awesome. I'm just gonna browse through Reddit here for a minute, but I honestly can have us stuck at 3%. That sucks. Sometimes you have to like log out and log back in if you're the avatar warden and it gets stuck at 3%. It's weird.
Hey, I can win this argument. I'm gonna recall the avatars and take that off. Mage as being an avatar warden. Now I win the argument.
You could, but then I would leave the clan, take all of the clan with me, considering your clan is like 80% RuneScape Weekly listeners now.
It is now. It is now.
I think 80% of them are listening in right now. Yeah.
I hope so. I hope they're having a good chuckle over it.
I need more posts. The topics have been depleted. I have to say, I bought about 750 cleansing crystals this weekend, and
oh man, it's a shame I can't trade you mine because I'd give you mine because I don't need them.
Why not? You should hang on to them. You'll want them someday, maybe.
Keep them. Yeah, you will want them.
Maybe when prayer gets to 120.
It could happen. It could happen.
Fingers crossed.
Join my clan, mage. Yeah. Get out of here, Stormsmith. I'm not talking to you right now. I hear Stardew Valley. No, I'm just kidding. Start talking about a completely different game.
Actually, I've got one on the front page of the RuneScape website. They've got the quick poll again. What are you most excited to see from Game Jam? The luck rework, non-elite skill outfits available through the game, the new Slayer Mogs an Aura bag, the reclaiming the Lumbridge.
Whatever happened to the Aura bag? Where's the fucking Aura bag at? It's been forever.
This is a bloody old
I mean,
post, man. That post's been on there for months.
Has it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's been there since February.
Half a year.
February.
Where have you been?
That's why I'm like, where's the Aura bag? I want the Aura bag. They promised us that shit in like February.
Well,
I've been on heavy pain meds, so I can understand his memory.
Oh yeah,
I haven't actually been on the website that much, so I only ever go.
You and everybody else.
I can tell.
I only go on when I'm looking for things.
Nobody goes to the RuneScape website anymore because the forums are dead. There's just no purpose anymore. Although,
hey, what about the win all expenses paid trip to RuneFest?
Yeah, so I'm confused about this. Like, I don't understand what they want from us, and I also. I can read it. Let's do it. So, win an all-expenses paid trip to RuneFest for 2. The road to Menaphos is paved with gold, and for 3 lucky scapers, their road to RuneFest 2017 will be paved with shiny stuff, too. We'll be giving away 3 all-expenses paid trips for 2 this year to RuneFest, happening on Saturday, September 23rd in London. You'll get your flights, accommodation, the night before RuneFest, and RuneFest day passes, and £250 spending money to boot. It's a scaper's paradise. So, how do you enter for a chance to win this incredible prize? Here's the fun part. You'll have to disentangle the fabled story of the Golden Path. And how do you do that? Well, we'll let you figure that one out yourself. Here's a clue, though. Look to the negatives to find the positive. Consider it nothing, everything. Menaphos, ageless, the infinite city. Everyone who completes the challenge in its entirety will get a special Menaphos-themed prize, and those who are speedy will get something even more awesome. Good luck, adventure, and don't forget, clues are hidden everywhere, even in plain sight. So...
where's Daniel Jackson when we need him?
I immediately was like, this is a riddle. I'm not winning this prize. So, I don't know.
For those nerds who didn't realize that was actually a Stargate joke, Daniel Jackson was an archaeologist in Stargate SG-1.
I haven't seen Stargate, really. I've seen a couple. Stargate's pretty cool, but I never got hooked on the series. Yes, the Sundial, north of Menaphos.
I did, man. My mum loved Richard Dean Anderson and Daniel Shanks.
My dad was a big fan of Stargate, but I never got into it. I never got into anything, really. I didn't really watch much when I was a kid. I was just, as soon as I realized computers existed, that was like the end of everything else for me. Yeah, the Sundial north of Menaphos, though, Patrick. Yes, you can enter your answers there for anything involving the Golden Path, and there's been lots of stuff on Reddit about the whole Golden Path process, and then so if you are following the Golden Path, the Sundial is north of Menaphos. You know what? Since we're doing this show super chill and laid back, DX, if you want to pull open the show topics document, if you don't already have it open, yes, this is me stalling, so you can pull it open. You could possibly read the PSAs for us if you'd like.
While he does pull that open, if I can just read out one post that I found here by Orichi Guba, who says, feeling robbed for double XP weekend. I planned several weeks in advance and stockpiled 9k dragon bones and piles of ashes and other bones. I sat down and figured out exactly how many bones I would need to get 99 from my current level with my first age items, auras, gilded books, and altar boosts. Logged in today and discovered that you don't get double XP on altars. Even worse, nothing stacks with altars. None of my auras or first age gear or even my built up 1.1 bonus XP. I get that altars are already more than double XP, but prayer takes forever to train, so why screw players out of their one chance to save time and money? Now, sorry, but altars have never ever been involved in double XP. Even when the old system, it was never there. When we used to start at 2.7 and
I have a solution.
Go down 1.2.
All they need to do to fix this is just add an item to Treasure Hunter that allows you to temporarily activate altar on double XP, but it only works on double XP weekend. And it's also in the red slot, so it's fairly rare. But you should be during its promotion. What?
Did you imagine how much money they'd make from that?
I would say a lot. I mean, I would say during the promotion for this item specifically, what you would do, of course, is guarantee every 25 keys spent, you get one. So, you can stack up, you can stock up on them guaranteed if you want, and then Jagex can then take all that money, buy a new super yacht, and just, put the RuneScape servers up in like the Antarctic. That way they don't have to pay for cooling anymore.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
I
don't know what problem I just solved, but problem solved.
I would like to also sort of point out that there is a way to get double XP on double XP weekend training prayer.
Yeah,
Magebit mentioned it just before.
You can see it on the stream
Yes,
right now.
I love these people. I mean, it's never ever done it, and this guy has just thought. But Invention does it now, so why doesn't Alters?
Of course,
Alters gives 350% XP already.
Well, Invention doesn't quite do it. The only way that Invention getting double XP on Invention is your equipment only, not siphoning.
Is it double? Although is it still only 50% XP?
It's double.
It is double, is it? Okay.
Yeah, I believe you're getting double. I'm chopping golden bamboo at the moment. I'll just work out what it does next time I actually get a piece. Yeah. I suppose in the meantime, I will read out the PSAs now that Mage brought it up.
Go for it.
The minigame spotlight, even though no one's going to be playing it because everyone's going to be in double XP weekend, the minigame spotlight is currently on the Soul Wars. The Circus is currently located at the Tree Gnome Stronghold. The free Solomon General Store item for May is the Nex Outfit. Jagex currently has a Skybox screenshot competition. You can see details via the RuneScape webpage. The Spring Fair will now be ending on the 5th of June. Originally, it was to end on the 29th of May. And as mentioned earlier on, the Jagex Account Guardian has now been removed. Please upgrade to Authenticator. Like Mage said, he's got a video there how to do it.
Do it.
Yes.
Do it. I've tweeted the video, I've Facebooked the video, it's on the clan Facebook page, it's all over social media, you can find it. It's worth doing if you don't have Authenticator enabled. Authy is so easy to use, and it has multiple platforms. And then if you do get a smartphone or whatever in the future, it works also on a smartphone. So it's multi-platform, which is why I like Authy more than... here's something super annoying, right? I went to set up authentication on my Microsoft account recently because they're like, hey, we have authentication now. And I'm like, yes, I want authentication on anything I could possibly have authentication on. So I'm like, cool, let's do this. Let's hook it up. And they're like, oh, no. You don't hook it up to your Authy app. No, we have our own Microsoft authentication app. So you just have to have a whole nother app on your phone just for Microsoft. It's like, thanks, Microsoft. You're that important to me. But for real, it's worth it. Enable all authentications if you can, even if they make you install a stupid app on your phone. Anyway, what do we got going on here? I'm gonna go to the new post.
I know you're talking about Are you talking about smartphones? Does my iPhone 5 count as a dumb phone?
No, it's a smartphone. I consider anything running iOS, at least iOS 8 and Android KitKat or newer, basically a smartphone. Beyond there, below that you have pseudo smartphone, then you have feature phone, then you have dumb phone. Those are the levels of phone that I consider to exist as someone who used to service phones and sell them on occasion. If hopping worlds in game is like changing lanes on the why? Does that mean the carpool lane would be a foreign world? What does that even mean? People shouldn't be allowed to think RuneScape thoughts. Bad for them. If we don't get a new post soon, though, I'm probably going to have to just shut the show down, though, because Reddit is basically all memes right now. And that's not very helpful. Although we did have a great show on Wednesday, a good 2-hour endeavor where we just basically went through the entire story of the demodding of Canada Girl, the whole forum drama, the state of the forums, the new forum rules, the whole conspiracy, all the hearsay. That was interesting. We haven't had one of those levels of drama in a good chunk of time, probably since the You Got Lit Up, which I honestly think that this was a little more drawn out than You Got Lit Up's case. But because we didn't
actually watch that. I actually haven't finished watching that.
We didn't give You Got Lit Up his own episode. That was pretty. I mean, the fact that the thing was 2 hours long and we were able to stay on topic for 2 hours says something about I think the state of the forums and how much people are kind of like in unrest about the state of the forums. Like, and I don't particularly understand. Like, I think Reddit is like a million times better than the forums. Why?
Oh yeah.
Why doesn't Jagex just like endorse Reddit as their official communication platform and link to Reddit on their website? I know so many game companies that do that. Like, official forums are a dying thing. It's like, if you really need to get in direct contact with Jagex about an issue, like a billing issue or an account issue, there's the support section of the website. The forums are basically an antiquated system at this point for anything. That I think Reddit does everything that the forums do better, but I'm sure there's got to be someone out there that can disagree with that logically. No, I feel like someone has said to me in the past, like, there are flaws to the Reddit system, which yes, there are, but I think there's less, maybe. I think the one thing about Reddit is you can pretty much, if you are organized enough, you could pretty much like suppress people's information. Like, if you're a large entity and a single person is trying to maybe like whistleblow on you, you could possibly suppress that information through downvotes. But beyond that, what are you laughing at?
Okay, sorry. I was just, while you were talking, I'm reading through. I found a nice one for you in the forums. Yeah. This is by OSRS Ziz. Hacked even with Authenticator. Hey, just got my account totally cleaned out by a hacker. How was he able to hack my account and know my bank PIN? I have no idea, and I have Authenticator in Noble. Can someone explain me how he got my bank PIN? Then down a little bit, Mod Steve W says, hey, you disabled your Authenticator back in April, so your account has been more open to hijacking since then. It's possible someone logged in a while ago and began by resetting your PIN. I haven't checked that out, but it is possible. Either way, I can see you have a new pass now. You need to get Authenticator still set up again. Your email looks secure because a hijacker hasn't changed your pass. They knew it and simply typed in and were not stopped by auth as you had disabled that protection.
They also knew their password, it sounds like. Is that did I read that correctly or listen correctly?
It doesn't. It say he obviously had the password for his web for Jagex, but yeah, it says we have identified the hijacker and I've sent those details over to the tip-off team on your behalf. So they found out who the hacker was too. So that's good.
Yeah, we should remind people that 1, 2, 3, 4 is not a secure password.
No, you got to put 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in there to make it fully secure.
People are going, how was the hacker able to disable Authenticator? Steve W comes on later on and says, no, the account owner disabled Authenticator. We captured the log data in it at the point of auth removal. It matches the owner, and I checked before posting, hence you disabled.
Ah, dear.
So he's trying to claim, that the hacker did it, but no, the hacker did not. You've disabled it yourself and then forgot to reset it, perhaps. But yes, so there it is. I love that, where Steve W's come on and said, "Oh yeah, you did it yourself."
Thank you for the sub.
Still unlucky you got done, but yeah.
Didn't they upgrade the help on RuneScape's webpage?
They upgraded the support center vigorously. It's much more responsive, easier to use, all that fun stuff. Like, even the information available there is much more relevant than it used to be. Like, it's pretty decent now, and they actually just added a new addition to it this week for Account Security Week. As far as, like, if your account is hijacked or anything along those lines. Elite saying, I use Reddit, but would enjoy a working forums. Reddit has flaws, such as downvoting for misunderstanding information, downvote for countering a popular opinion. I agree, yeah, as I was mentioning before, that is definitely a problem. Pointing out problems, yeah. Here's a post from Reddit real quick, from Young Meme King. Wall of text for me to read here. The title is Removal of the PMod Program. He says, so I'm going to preface this with a question. What does the PMod program do for us as players? This is an outdated concept which has been a flaw since its inception in 2004. The original purpose of this program was to moderate the community and provide help to players as of the last few years. I have seen very little of this come out of the PMod program. A majority of the PMods I personally know don't actually do their role as a PMod, and some of them are just bad and are serious rule breakers. This program opens so much potential for JMod favoritism towards players and putting people who camp JMod FCs and become friends with JMods in positions of power. This also opens up many avenues for abuse of power and respect, as we know PMODs are supposed to be respected figures of authority in the community, and we have all seen shows of power abuse, and even PMODs who have used their PMOD status to manipulate others into falling for particular scams. An example is a pretty well-known XP mod and community helper who used to manipulate party ad prices and sell gold, while at the same time leading a witch hunt against those who did exactly that, courtesy of our beloved Mod Infinity. I personally feel like PMOD program does absolutely nothing to improve the community at large, and I think it should be removed. It adds so much potential for abuse, favoritism, and provides very little upside for our community. It is simply a meaningless vigilante title awarded to friends of moderators. Thanks for reading, and leave your thoughts below. Edit, this is not meant to be an attack on PMODs or their character in general. So, thoughts on this? Has the PMOD program overstayed its welcome in today's day and age of the algorithm, where most of this stuff can be just kind of monitored and remediated automatically? Go ahead.
I have seen instances of PMOD abuse and stuff like that.
Sure.
I think it was Nightmare H posted that some of the mods actually got into his friends chat, and he was trying to kick the mods. That the mods have some sort of anti-kick thing, and they're not able to be kicked. So I have seen instances, and people have been questioning why can't they kick the mod out, and the mods can kick the players out of people's friends chats. They're not even theirs. So
Yeah.
I have seen abuse of power.
Sure. I see it all the time. I personally can't say I've experienced any abuse of power from a player moderator or a Jagex moderator for that fact, but I've seen examples of it regularly on Reddit. But of course, those examples are cherry-picked, but I do think that there's some truth to what this person is saying, and as DX is saying, it happens. Per, did you want to get your opinion in here, or?
Yeah, I mean, I do think we're probably beyond the necessity of having player mods in the game now. With everything that's in there, I think that's more than enough. And yeah, when you do have player mods, it's always going to be susceptible to to being abused with things like that. But I think, the majority, I don't think there's a real issue. I sort of take issue with saying they're hand-picked friends of
I can't say
Jagex
that
mods.
Some of them might be, but you can't,
some
say,
of them are,
you can't say all of them.
We know when they invited a bunch of YouTubers to England that they made all them mods as well. But I sort of do agree though that it's probably beyond time.
Outdated system.
We need mods. Yeah.
It's like the Night Watch. Like, there's a reason why we don't have the Night Watch anymore, because we have police forces. Like, it's just an evolution. Like, I agree. Zenol, I think, hits the nail on the head. The reason PMODs exist is not relevant for the modern game. If nothing else, at least remove the crown. There's so many people who get it for purely the crown icon. I mean, who doesn't want a crown? The only reason I get the VIP package is to have the star next to my name. Not gonna lie, I'm a narcissistic piece of shit. I love wearing badges. Anyway, but yeah, like,
why aren't you a cowboy?
I still think that anyone who has had gold premiership from first release should get a gold star.
You only say that because you know I missed the first year,
and I didn't.
Mm-hmm. Pern, you sent me over a good post here, Pern. I have to say. This is.
I thought you'd like that one.
I do like this one. This one, and it's in the general forum too. I didn't expect this to last in the general. They must have really gone liberal on there.
Maybe Kalea's on holiday.
Tufty is rolling in his office chair right now because he can't lock these threads because of the new forum rules.
I think this was only released a few hours ago as well.
Well, all right, I like my story better. Let's see here, because YouTubers never break the rules. That's the thing, is like, I made that joke I think on the last show, is like the only JMod left from the YouTube era is Mod Lee. All the rest of them got fired for doing stupid shit.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yep.
Let's let me read this here. This post is by My Cat's Bum P.I. the Pie. And it says here, botting madness galore. I've always been well aware of botters in online games, especially RuneScape. I've noticed, however, that it seems the botting population has majorly increased. Is it me, or does anyone else feel that it doesn't truly require hard evidence in order to know when an account is botting or not? I feel as if the developers could do a better job at eliminating these turd buckets, because honestly, hypothetically speaking, if I had the authority to remove or temporarily delay someone's account for botting, the game would be already that much better and free of DX, is this you? Did you post this? No, sorry.
No, it's not me. It's not. No, I am not the post on my
I've heard you say that.
PI.
I've heard you say that 100 times though. If I was a mod, all these bots, they'd all be banned. I'd ban them all.
Yeah, exactly, man. I'd go right after him. See, I'm a PMod that the people could look up to.
The people's PMod. Let's see here.
Yeah.
I have watched Botter.
It doesn't have the game breaker title.
I have watched Botters glitch for hours straight. I have seen them repeat a pattern without any mistake or error for hours. It is simply just common knowledge when someone is botting. So why on earth does it take weeks to remove them, or sometimes months? I've reported botters for weeks and on weeks on top of other people who have done the same, and it turns they'll just stick around. Maybe they're not botting. Please, slap yourself for me. Botters have ruined everything ultimately. They ruin drop trades. They ruin casual trading. How? They ruin the value of items and fairness to other players. I could remove probably about 50 bots a day, and I feel that Jagex is doing far less than that a week when it comes to bots. They literally remove like 200,000 to 300,000 bots a month, and I could remove 50 a day. Alright, let's do some quick little math here real quick. Let's just fire up the good old Calculatron 5000 here. That's 1,500 bots. Well, so, yeah, so this person is saying, screw the current system. He can remove 1,500 bots a month by himself. Forget BotWatch that removes close to 500,000 bots a month, you know, both games combined. Fuck that system. He could do 1,500. That's way better. I hate people. I don't even. Given certain individuals authority, create some new system, it can be so easy for them to get rid of botters. If you guys can't do that, then clearly there must be something beneficial for Jagex when it comes to botters. This is drastically ruining the game, and I'm not the only one who feels this way. Anyone who disagrees is either bored and trolling or just using bots. That's a good way to foster a debate, right? Just end with an absolute like that. There's another post. It goes on for an example.
Oh, yeah.
I stopped there waiting, and then I looked below. I'm like, oh my god, he keeps going. For an example, we have options we can use to interact with other players, such as request assistance, trade, follow, examine. Yes, these are features of RuneScape. Thank you. So why not create a new one? You simply send a request to a player. This request can only be received once every 5 minutes. No, I know where this is going. When you send this request, the person will have a square box appear in the middle of the screen. It will say, teleport to Trollheim farming patch? No. It will appear in the middle of the screen. That will disallow clicking outside of that box, and it will simply say something along the lines of, my cat's bum PI suspects you of botting. You are required to fill out the blank with the numbers you see above. Oh, because bots can't fill out number forms. That's been a proven fact throughout the history of the fucking internet.
And because you won't have people going down to any bosses and just waiting as you're sitting there at the hard part and then clicking that, so then all of a sudden you get killed by AOD or something like that.
Oh, yeah, exactly. This is when I said, like, Trollheim, like, literally, that is, like, people troll people who leave request assistance on. It's funny that he mentions it. Like, request assistance is a huge troll, because if you leave it on, people will constant tell other you when you're trying to AFK skill. Like, it's a known troll. So the fact that he wants to basically enable this permanently, no toggle on everyone, every 5 minutes, just... If you want to kill... forget remove free trade. You want to kill RuneScape. This is the RuneScape killer right here. Holy shit, let me finish up. The player, if they are not botting, will enter the 4 or 5-digit number code shown, or letters, or symbols, could be a mix, whatever. The box is removed if entered correctly, and the player goes about their business. So, thank you. I look over at chat and I see sleeping bag. I'm like, thank you. I don't have to go off on a tirade here. Zenel has my back. Yeah, that's why Jagex removed the sleeping bag captcha with RuneScape Classic, because it was too effective. Let's see here.
I wasn't around at RuneScape at the time when they actually had the sleeping bag.
Oh, you're a lucky man then. And you can still experience it in its glory if you go play Classic. But let me tell you, when the sleeping bag came into the game, first of all, there was a time before the sleeping bag. There was a time when fatigue existed and sleeping bags did not, for like a week. And in that week, you had to go to a bed, a physical bed, somewhere in RuneScape. And let me tell you something, there is not one dungeon in RuneScape that has a bed. Go ahead. Shall I continue on?
I got nothing all done.
Did I?
No dungeon in RuneScape, but
yeah, that's what I say. Pern gets it. Pern gets it. Thank you. The box is removed if entered correctly and the player goes about their business. Not at all perturbed by the box that has been appearing every 5 fucking minutes. A bot, however, could not do this! There's no way in hell we could train a robot to enter digits that they see upon a screen. That technology is far beyond the capability of anything that humans could endeavor in 2017. And this would eventually log them out from being able to stay active in the game, of course. The player would have a time limit to copy down the code, of course. Of course! If entered correctly, give one more chance. If not entered, they will log out and cannot log in for another hour, or not log in until they confirm their account is not a bot. Which they provide no criteria as to how that would be, taken into consideration.
Oh, you just have to write and say, really,
you just have to fill out that captcha for the first time. Like, I don't know, you just fill out this captcha. Come on, you can't be a bot if you can enter these 4 or 5 digits. Just do it, and we'll let you back in. Come on. It's a foolproof plan. If the players can do that half of the work, then once the botter log out from being unable to enter in a code, then that is when Jagex steps in and does all the official work to finish them off. Oh, Jagex jerks you off as well. When you get banned, you get a hand job when you get banned. They finish you off. Awesome. Great. This has been... This is amazing. Thank you for this idea, my cat's bum. This is like Rune Labs level of genius right here. I highly appreciate this post.
I don't know about Jagex mods giving people hand jobs. What the hell?
The moment felt right. The atmosphere of the post felt right, so I just went for it. Zenel?
And I like Christelle down the bottom says, at OP, you ain't anybody to require me to say anything to you.
Right? I love it. That is so great. Botters can beat world champions in Go, but entering random letters, impossible. That's exactly. It's like, come on. If you understood for one moment how computers work. Like this, I imagine this person's probably like, when they think about their computer and they're like, I need to upgrade it, and they think about what's inside their computer, they see a little steam engine and like a little rat running on a wheel, and that's what they envision is like how a computer works. This is what I imagine is my cat bum PI's like idea of computer engineering, clearly. And that day was the day that Mage started botting. The big question...
yeah, the day Jagex gave people hand jobs.
The big... The big question, will there now be an industry for bots designed to be banned just so people can get jerked off? Probably. I would guess so. There's always a market. There's always a market for that. You might limit your where the game can be deployed, but might not be friendly.
I've just put into live chat for you.
Oh, I'm literally crying right now. Thanks a lot, Storm Smith.
All right, let me pull that one up here. RuneScape shutting down. Oh yes, definitely. On this day, they're gonna. Wouldn't it be great? They're like, double XP weekend is here, and to end it, we're just gonna close the game. It's like, well, Why are you...
Yeah, we're going out with the bang.
Did you want to get any last-minute goals? Here's double XP to help before we shut down. Go, 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 because we're out of here when this is over. All right, RuneScape shut down.
We'll see what Lightseeker.
RuneScape shutting down by Vindaloonie. You got the loony part right there. All right. Okay, so we all know our friend Club Penguin. Off to a good start. Poor old Club Penguin shut down. Well, on the last day of Club Penguin, everyone went batshit crazy. All rare items were given out, and everyone was free to cuss and fight as much as they want because it was the last day. So the game of RuneScape is a sinking ship. All right. First of all, it's time to play Sentence Science with Magebit. What?
Oh god.
What the fuck? I need to know the. All right. We're talking Club Penguin. All right. Okay. We all know our poor friend Club Penguin. Club Penguin died. It was sad. Last day on the world. They all went crazy and anything went. That's how you would think it would be on the last day of any game. Why bother banning people? So, by the way, RuneScape's a sinking ship. Like, what? Where's the bridge? Where's the connection here?
Keep going.
When it finally hits the bottom of the floor and dies out on the last day, I want World PvP enabled. Okay, we've reached too crazy. All rare items and mod powers given to players. And basically, everyone to go F-in crazy, because there's only one more day of RuneScape left. I'm talking no clothes mode, all players naked. I know it's a secret option. I know it's a secret option! Why is it a secret option?
Because the mods have built that in, so they can just take all our clothes off and watch us running around naked.
When you reach
he knows it's a secret option.
When you
They
reach
do that.
E-Date, level 120 E-Date, you unlock like naked secret option in your wardrobe. Apparently, it can only be used in your player-owned house bedroom. Though. And by the fireplace, of course. Players summoning monsters and shit. Party hats out the ass because players have ability to summon any cool items they want. World PvP and mods on cages where we can throw tomatoes at them for banning us. Okay, we found it. We found what this whole post is actually about. Here it is. The psychological undertone has reared its ugly head. This Vindaloonie was at one point banned for something. Throw tomatoes at mods and cages where we can throw tomatoes at them for banning us. Or for saying fun orb. For saying fun orb! It's that specific! He got banned for saying fun orb. Which did happen to me. Oh, he even says it in parentheses there, which this did happen to me. No clip mode, no access to secret area. What? And access to secret areas that were never being able to go, like mod server and test areas. Also enable all the old house glitches while you're at it. Who is with me? That was... And there's just crickets. I wish I had the soundboard ready for that. Who's with me? Cricket, cricket, cricket.
God.
I'd be with you if you...
If they wanted to see dead mods and stuff like that, go to the Dimension of Disaster. You just go to the cemetery area and you actually examine the cemetery. I think they actually show partial readings of dead mods. Who died at Dimension of Disaster.
I like
the mods. So there you go.
I like Archeox's post. Illiterati confirmed. Not Illuminati. Illiterati. The opposite of Illuminati. The opposite of illumination. All right. I got one other post here we can go on. This is how I lost trust in the RuneScape. How I lost trust in the community of RuneScape, because that's how you write that sentence. By Wazihikil. I believe they're a longtime poster, if I remember correctly. A longtime community poster. So let's see how they've lost trust in the RuneScape community. Says here, hi, I wanted to tell what happened because I have a feeling that it needs to be heard. Please note, this story happened on the French servers of RuneScape. Back in the day, I was a leader of a clan. Of course, rivals of clans and stuff like that was a thing, and it caused quite a lot of drama. There was a big clan, I wouldn't say the name for the sake of not creating a witch hunt, which has been led by a player moderator. Again, I will not say her name. We discussed quite a while together. I knew her before she was a moderator. We talked to each other almost every day, like good friends, and even a certain point, we talked about our personal problems. One day, for some mental health reason, how odd I talk about it with the events that have come up this week, I had to let go my clan to the girlfriend of my friend. That is a very confusing way of saying that. English is not their first language, so bear with me and them here, which was a terrible mistake. Some weeks later, I went back on RuneScape, asking to the girl to kindly give my clan back. How stupid I was for having faith in that. She refused, and a lot of my previous clanmates started to hate me. A rumor went down saying that I did nasty and disgusting things to this girl, and I never did. I would never do that. The rumors were created by the boyfriend who was pissed about the fact that I got the clan back. Eventually, she gave it to a friend, which gave it back to me. When I got it back, it was even worse. I explained the situation to my friend, who became a player moderator, asking her to give me some time to just explain myself, why I was away for so long, and then that I did absolutely nothing to that person. I heard that some of my clanmates wanted to go to her clan, which was something pretty big for a French community, so I asked her to give me a week before recruiting them, just for the sake because we were friends, and that I just fixed myself. She accepted. After all, she was a friend. The next day I log on and everything was deserted in the clan chat. My moderator friend recruited them to help her with having a clan tier 7 citadel. I asked her why. She said that and thought that we were friends, but her reason was pretty simple. Business is business, and friendship is friendship. Ever since, I tried to create a clan, failing each time due to the lack of trust that I have to other players. I'm so sad because this community was something quite small, everyone knew each other, and I was known for being the one who did the nasty things to someone which I didn't do. Thanks for reading my story. Just had to share it at a certain point in time because I couldn't handle it anymore. So this brings up the nasty side of clan politics, clan administration, and why I exactly keep myself at a bronze key rank. And don't go above that. Pern, as someone who takes the head of an organization, do you find it to be difficult? Do you find yourself faced with troubles like this, or do you think that this is our community above these types of incidents, which I don't think it is.
Well, you know some of the incidents that have happened in our clan.
Of course, we're not going to name anything specific.
No, exactly. And I mean, we're pretty quick on it. I mean, people involved. The problem is it does come down a lot to he said, she said type things.
Yeah.
If I see it happening in clan chats, we'll shut it down very quickly. If they're doing it sort of, oh bloody hell! I just broke down my mahogany logs instead of building. So I'm talking. I just started disassembling my mahogany,
just tearing apart your
planks instead of building. Yeah. But yeah, it's like. It's a very hard thing to do. We'll shut it down if it's in clan chat. If it's outside clan chat, what I had to do when I was when Tam was away for a while, I spoke to the two people separately. Said, listen, take some time out. You'll both have to maybe just step out of the clan for a little while. One of them just said, stick it up your bum and quit and left. The other one hung around for a little while longer and then they left too. But yeah. It sort of happened 3 or 4 times. Nothing really serious to the degree this guy's talking about, where that type of thing where...
That's pretty intense. That's like internal mutiny.
Yeah, that is.
I don't think we've ever had anything that... Like, even in the last clan, not that like DX, you were... DX has been with me since the beginning, basically. Like, DX is my my long-term... partner in this whole thing. Like you were part of the administration of our previous clan, right, DX?
Yes, that's right.
As a clan leader,
we did have one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
We always like to keep an eye on our members to make sure they're doing the right thing. But from time to time, it's like a he said, she said, like Pern said. But we'd have to investigate and see what's going on. If we can confirm it, then we take action. But I do remember one time, I don't know, this is not really related, but it's similar. But one of the, quote, owners went AWOL on the clan and just dropped everybody, just pretty much kicked everybody and deranked them all and stuff like that. It took a while to get back on our feet again.
Oh, that's nasty.
That person, I know, that person lost complete perspective. I don't know why. it was between. It was like a him and her kind of thing, you know. And
yeah, so that's always the problem. Is like
it
if it's
just started kicking people. Just started kicking people that weren't siding with her, and we had to pull her. We had to pull her aside and tell her, you know, you've done the wrong thing. Unfortunately, it got to that point, and you know, and she left RuneScape pretty much.
Oh, that's a shame.
In that type of situation, though, that
what do you do, right?
As soon as she started kicking people, that been removed from her straight away.
Yeah,
and that's the one thing. I mean, yeah, that's the one thing I do worry about is kicking. And you know, we're pretty good because everyone will come to me and say, "Hey, listen, this is what's going on. You know, do we need to get rid of this person?" Type thing. I don't think I've actually ever kicked or banned any. No, sorry, there was one person I did ban for that type of thing a long time ago when Tam was still the owner. Yeah, we go through and do a clean out like when everyone got changed to numbers. And the good thing about that is only the owner can sort of do multiple kicks.
Yeah.
As Harley said, they can only kick one person a day. And yeah, Harley's one of my deputy owners, and she was only able to sort of kick one person a day. So she come on and said, "Hey, we've got all these numbers. Can you just go in and see if you can kick them all?" And I was able to just get rid of them all at once. So it's only the actual owner who can do multiple kicks.
It's probably for the
in
best.
A day cycle. So yeah, that's right. So I think they've got some pretty good sort of protections in there. But if it is the owner who goes nuts and does things like that, well, yeah, they've pretty much destroyed their own clan because I don't think anyone sort of if you see someone do that type of thing, I think everyone will lose faith in you pretty quickly.
I was fortunate not to get kicked because I just happened to not be online at the time. So it was like a 5-minute streak.
Was that pre me joining the clan, by the way?
Oh wow, I don't remember.
I think it might have because I don't either. Because I'm always online, and that dn't happen to me. I don't remember that happening. That might have been before I was.
It might have been before your time.
Yeah.
That must have been the owner who was doing it though, because as I said, only the.
Well, that's the thing. The owner can be as you know, the owner title can be passed around so easily. It's like that. Always wondered like how I never understood like how the power dynamic worked when the power is shared, yet the person who has the current power is absolutely in control. Like, there's no checks and balances, and you have to really absolutely trust your people who are going to hold the gold key rank, right? Because gold key rank, all it takes is one gold key rank to basically say, nah, I'm the dictator now. And then that's it. And that's
but generally, I mean, when the ownership of the clan passes over, it's generally because the person leaving is not going to be playing anymore, or very limited. Like with Tam, she's very limited in the time she has now. That's why, and sort of basically, you have to de-rank all the other deputy owners and just keep one deputy owner because they're the one who are going to get the gold key after that. Yeah,
pretty much. Cool. Good to know. Let's continue on here. We have two more posts here. Brought to you by Parnassius. This next one is called "Should I Have Been Muted?" by Xandar, who says, "Recently I was muted by a player moderator for what I assume was a misjudgment on their part. I saw someone attempting the doubling scam and hung around them, telling them that it was against the rules. I decided to have a bit of fun saying, having money, legit. I never accepted any trade offers, but I thought all players would see this joke as a joke, but unfortunately this particular PMod did not. I may be in the wrong in this circumstance, but I thoroughly enjoy this game and the community, and I believe these jokes would be taken in a good way. What are your thoughts? Should I be free to make these particular jokes in RuneScape, or is it a place where I should not be able to do so?"
I threw this one in there because I think it was DX who's had a story very similar where he was playing cold.
Yes, exactly, yes. It was the day where they decided to make the ruling that unofficial games of chance is now a broken rule.
Yeah.
And I saw everybody planting flowers, like saying with a speech like "got muted" with those flowers, making the letters and stuff like that. And I was taking the piss out of them so badly. I was laughing my head off. So I decided to join in just for shits and giggles. So it was like, what was it? Cold times 2. I thought that was piss funny, but unfortunately those people didn't. They all reported me and I got muted for 12 hours.
It's ridiculous.
I know.
What's your longest mute, everyone? Mine's 7 days.
Never had one.
24.
I've had 7 days and 3 days. I've never had a 24-hour or 48-hour or anything like that. I've had website advertising.
I challenged a mute once before, and I actually won.
Really?
Because
how did you win?
Yeah, because
what was your argument?
You know how you get juvenile sense of humor. You know, on the calculator you type like, what's it? I don't know what number combination you type in, but it actually says boobies. You know, the old boobies thing on the calculator.
800-813 or something. Yeah, I get what you mean.
I was typing that.
Sorry.
I was typing that.
Of course you were.
I was typing that in normal chat, and people thought I was just saying boobies and stuff like that. No,
you were.
And I typed them exactly what I did, and I beat the muting.
Exactly what you were doing.
Yeah. He's like, allegedly I was saying
doing.
boobies, but
I was typing in numbers.
Yeah, I was just typing numbers. Clearly.
Yes, I wasn't typing in
Innocent.
words. Yeah, exactly.
I like the PMod response here, or PMod, the FMod, excuse me. They are different things here. Who they say, we don't know the details of the PMod guidelines, hence we're all outsiders of the real story here, including the op. Besides, just be careful with uttering jokes. Not everyone has the same level of appreciation or sense to ascertain typed statements as joke. It's like RuneScape. Be careful of jokes. Like, is that what you want to be known for? It's like, yeah, welcome to RuneScape. Just be careful what you joke about. I don't know. I understand there are definitely certain jokes that go way too far. But things silly like, oh, someone's saying double money. I'm like, having money. Just being facetious little things like that. Come on. I don't know. I don't think this person should have been muted, but whatever. We got another post here. This one is by Demikazi, and it's called What If? So, I keep seeing these forum posts about people being false banned for macroing violations and things of that sort, and granted, I assume most of them are lying and are just trying to get sympathy to get unbanned, but it makes me wonder if it is possible to be false banned for violation I've never took part in. I've put a lot of time into my account. I've even laid out of work to play this game before, and sometimes bring my laptop to work and AFK logs or cook or something while at my desk working. Yes, I have a problem, I know. So, what if I get false banned? Is all of the time just wasted? Is there a way to 100% ensure the safety of my account? Am I just being a worrywart? Yes. I honestly thought about streaming all of my gameplay, so there is video evidence of me being legit. Is that dumb? Any mods, feel free to chime in and reassure me, please. I would honestly love to see a response from a mod or someone of importance telling me I am dumb. That is the equivalent of saying, like, I don't trust my insurance company. Let me put, like, I want to put, like, dash cams all over my car. I don't know. Just the idea of streaming everything you do to avoid being banned, like, is... you know what? To avoid going to jail, I'm going to set webcams up all over my house and just stream my entire life over the internet. So that way I have a 24/7 recording of everything I'm doing at all times, and I can never be falsely accused of anything. It's like, if that's the way you're going to live...
Forget big brother.
Seek
help.
help.
Man, we got Runescape Weekly, brother.
Yeah, like, seek help. If that's how you feel like you have to live your life, that is a state of paranoia that no one should have to live in. Seek help. It goes.
That's why I wear tinfoil hats.
Yeah, exactly. You got to filter. You get them. I would argue, if anything, tinfoil would magnify like radio. Like, I don't know. It seems silly. Mad Steve W answers again. All right. Let me bring this open up.
Mod Steve W.
I was like, why is he mad?
I meant mod. I just.
Okay, so this is money gone and part of my item. This part. The tip of my Drygore is missing. This is by Mattis32. Hello, I am not amused at all. Tip. I logged in and suddenly I need to give in a 6-digit number. Oh, good. The new botting system must be in place that we were just talking about. He has to enter the 6-digit code because somebody right-clicked on him and challenged him. When in fact, I never enabled Authenticator. No, it's not Authenticator. It's the new anti-botting system we're trying out. So I disabled this and enabled it back again, and when logging on, I lost all my coins and part of my items. Just the tips. Also, my window where I see the game is very small and not stretched out to my whole window. I demand to get all of my items back today. I was really hoping he was going to complain about window space. He was gonna, also, my window's really small, and I can't see the game. It's not stretched out to my whole window. I demand my full window real estate and my items back today. I subscribed 2 days ago. This is unacceptable. Mod Steve W replies and says, "You still haven't set a new password, but you know someone else knows it. Please make that change ASAP. I can see your account has been accessed from many different countries in the past few days. We are tracing these people now from a hijacking perspective. From your end, please do get that new pass in place." It's, you know, the first thing you should do.
So what basically happened, Mod Steve's W seen it has locked the account. The guy comes in the very next post, says, "This is getting better and better. Now my account is locked."
Expansion 2 is weather? No. It might be. It might be. I can't say it's not. But we have heard very little about the weather system, so it wouldn't surprise me. This post is a prediction, of course, but their prediction is not... the only thing I have to say is a weather system shouldn't be a full expansion.
But that was already promised.
It was already promised. That's why I'm saying it shouldn't be a full expansion. But we haven't heard anything about it. And I don't know if that's because no one's brought it up because no one cares, or if that's because they have moved it to a secret project and they're hoping that we won't ask about it. I don't know. Excuse me. Sneezes.
Just logged on to this Matters 32's Rune Metrics. He has a total XP of 118,000. He's total level 300.
He'll never get that back.
He has done 12 quests.
Oh, well, that's actually legitimately frustrating.
35. It's like you've been playing for a day.
2 days, actually. He said 2 days.
2 days, yeah.
It's not bad for 2 days.
Yeah, exactly. None of the skills he's actually got there. I mean, his highest skill is crafting at 37.
Are you saying that he doesn't deserve the same level of service as other players because he's a piece of shit?
No, I'm just saying it's like, yeah, he's just saying, you know, not amused at all.
He is acting like
logged in. It's like
he is acting like he lost 10 years of progress.
Yeah. Well, and all of my items. I mean, you know,
all of my items, my bread, my burnt meat, my goblin armor.
Yeah,
it's all gone.
Well, that's what I'm trying to work out. What do you have in the bank that you know that you're 118k total XP?
Listen, when you're super poor, those things seem huge. You know, it's like $20 to you, $20 to me. $20 to a poor person losing it is like, that's a big deal. If you're making $200 million, yeah, I know, right? I know. So you should appreciate this. How poor this person feels. Like, I feel a little bit bad. I mean, I feel really bad because I mean, especially if you're new to the game. Like, it sounds like this person
new to the game. Yeah,
sounds like this person might be new to the game.
Yeah, but.
And for that to be your first kind of interaction with the game is like you've been playing for 3 days, you buy membership after 3 days, and some of them... I have to say, I've played a bunch of other MMOs, and I've never played any other MMO for a couple of weeks and then found everything just gone. Like, RuneScape is like... I think EVE may be the only other MMO that might actually happen to me, but, like, it hasn't, but it could. But, like, most MMOs, like, you don't think of that as a problem, but it is a rampant problem in this game, and... I just don't feel like it is an industry-wide problem, and that's not necessarily to say that as a shot at RuneScape. RuneScape has a very open and free economy, which kind of obviously fosters a dark side as well. When you give people that level of freedom, it's bound to happen. Go ahead.
That's the other thing I don't understand. I mean, you know, sort of, who hacks that account? Yeah, the stuff. I mean, if you're hacking that little account, I mean, what use is that account?
What? Yeah, I don't. The only thing
it's not going to have any stuff on there. It's not going to be used for botting because there's nothing.
The only thing
I can think of, no skills to bot.
It would be used for phishing at best. I guess is like a throwaway to spam people or something with gold websites. That's all.
Yeah.
Beyond that, you're right. It's absolutely pointless to hack a skill total 300 account. Like, why? It just gets more maddening the further you go down the rabbit hole. Anyway,
worried I'll be a target. Okay.
I will read this one here. This is the prediction for the expansion 2 being weather, which is unlikely to be, but it could happen, considering, like I said, we haven't heard much about weather. But let's say it's... So with Menaphos coming in about a month, I want to look ahead a bit and give my theory on what the expansion after will be. I've had this theory for a while, but I saw an interesting post by Moderator today that made me more certain I will be right on the money. Weather. After Mark's RuneFest talk, I was quite excited for the weather system. The way he talked about it, it seemed clear that Jagex wanted to make weather feel like a proper, beefy piece of content rather than a graphics effect. This includes a variety of events, possibilities based on location, and of course the opportunity for pretty screenshots. Additionally, based on the scale Mark attributed to it, and in the talk, I found it strange that it was absent from the 2017 behind the scenes, and this is exactly what I meant by, like, they went hush-hush about it all of a sudden, haven't heard of it at all in 2017, which is my feeling towards what he's saying has some credence here. Until I realized Jagex wants to keep the details of Expansion 2 a secret until after Menaphos. So what will the weather be like in-game? Based on the recent Reddit post by Mod Orion in reply to a global Voice of Seren-like system, I like this. We toyed with ideas similar to this when we were redesigning the weather system and procedurally generated worldwide events. Thanks. Since this has gone completely unmentioned up to now, and the phrasing used in the post made it feel like they have started designing it recently, which is in line with the usual development cycle for large-scale projects of content, it looks like they wanted to do random events, but more group-oriented and hopefully less annoying, so a system that sometimes gives random rewards or activities to an area, possibly based on location. What do you think? So I don't think that he could be completely wrong here. I also don't think that an entire expansion should be wasted purely on the weather system. And that's coming out of someone's mouth who really wants a robust weather system and almost wants to take those words immediately back. Like, I really value the idea of a really intricate, like, immersive weather system, but I immediately think the weather system's not going to work for everyone. The weather system's only going to look nice on high-end computers. These events just sound like they're going to get lumped in with demon flash mobs and stuff like that, aka no one's going to really do them beyond, like, trying to get certain specific items and whatnot. But if that, like, this doesn't seem world like expansion worthy. I don't know. Pern, do you have any thoughts? Like, he has some good information as far as, like, yeah, they have not mentioned it a single time in 2017, and it was absent from the BTS. Go ahead.
Yeah, I would be very, very sad if Expansion 2 was just the weather system. I know everyone wants it and such, make the game look nice, but it doesn't bring, it brings
no substance to the game, really.
Exactly. There's no gameplay. There's nothing there if they do that. That would disappoint me greatly if that was their next. If
it was just,
I would rather see the bank being the expansion.
What if, a question for you. So, if expansion number 2 is the weather system, but it's not just purely the weather itself, but it comes with a distraction and diversion, a new quest. It obviously comes with, it affects every area in the game. It adds stuff like that. Does that change your tune, or are you still like, eh?
No, because a quest is not a huge expansion. I mean, I get a quest so I can see weather? No, it's got to have some substance to it. I mean, this whole Menaphos, we're getting an entire city with, totally different ways of skilling. We're getting our 120 Slayer lumped in with that, a new Slayer dungeon. That, to me, is an expansion. Weather's not an expansion. Weather's an update that, which it's a nice update, but it's just an update.
It's a large update, but I don't, I mean, and it's funny you say that, because there are other games that I've played where literally they consider, like, weather was the expansion for, like, the quarter or the year, and people were happy for it. But RuneScape is not a very, or by nature and by its past, has never really been much of an ambient game. It's never been very, its immersivity has come more from its story than from its graphics, and that is slowly changing over time, but I don't know if it will ever fully take the forefront of what RuneScape truly has to offer, and I really wouldn't want it to. But a beautiful weather system has to bring a lot more than simple particle effects that are randomized based off of a global weather pattern. Like, it needs to bring literal change to the area, and I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing. It could bring more annoyance than anything else. If like, oh, this NPC moves because it's raining, or this shop is closed because there's a sandstorm, like that could be an actual issue. And will cause people who just want to play the game, I've seen this in other games where you have like these cities and whatnot, and they can change kind of control based on like which player's faction has like defeated the mobs. But defeating these mobs provides no real benefit beyond like faction control and stuff like that. Therefore, players are all basically just doing instances and grinding monsters, and no one gives a shit about the surface world minigame. Thusly, NPCs have overrun like the majority of all these low-level cities that now these people who are trying to play the game for the first time or as a low-level player then just can't easily do, because the high-level players that were supposed to be like controlling these mobs and whatnot, this persistent system that everyone thought was such a cool idea, ended up being more of an annoyance than anything else for people. And I'm wondering if a weather system could, if they went those routes where it was like, oh, it's hailing outside, and that means that there are hail golems all over the place, and they're aggressive to people of X combat level. That would be stupid, pointless,
Hail
and
golems?
annoying. Go ahead.
Hail golems?
Sure, that was the best thing I could think of, man. Hail golems. If it's hailing outside, a hail golem could form. Who knows?
If we got proper sort of content like during the weather, there's new Slayer creatures, vampires, sort of are able to cross the river because it's dark, or I don't know. As you said, in the rain, there's something that comes out. And
my character doesn't want to train agility because it's
content.
rainy and his joints hurt. Like, I don't need that shit.
Yeah.
And you could
well,
slip
it's
off
raining,
the...
and if you get
It's raining, so agility XP, a fail chance for agility is plus 20% in the rain. Like, that would be horrible. Nobody likes the Legend of Zelda
plus 20% as well
mechanic where it's raining, so you can't climb cliff sides. Like, it would be like that magnified a million times. So I really don't think that's the way. And this is, again, coming from someone who really, really wants a beautiful, robust weather system. But you really would have to wow me to have that as the center point. Like, the weather system almost sounds like it should be a product of an expansion, right? Like, it should be part of an expansion, not part of the expansion. Yeah,
yes, that's right.
So that does kind of concern me slightly, but it's based off of O'Clock's hearsay, and that's not. It's not nothing, but it's not like anything of major substance. It's just some interesting conclusions that they've drawn based off of, some things that Jagex has chosen not to say. Basically, lies through omission more so than anything else. And it's clever of them to kind of bring it to that point. And I've kind of had a little voice in the back of my head thinking a similar thing about player-owned farms. Jagex has said nothing this year about player-owned farms. Thusly, it must be one of the expansions. That's just my wishful thinking, of course. But it keeps the dream alive in the back of my head. So
that is one I would get really excited about. Take out mobilizing armies. We get to build our own farm down there.
That would be great. It's the perfect area. That environment's all lush and tropical.
You have to do a quest for it. You have to go. You have to do all the fairy rings and save everything. So Martin the farmer brings it out and helps you, and we build up our own livestock or farming patches and such. But it's got to be, it needs to be fully involved and not just something, not something I do for 5 minutes and then leave till the next day. I want serious content and things to be doing.
Don't forget Major's greenhouse, by the way.
Yeah, well, greenhouse would work in with the farm.
Yeah, be part of it.
We could call it call it agriculture.
Agriculture.
The one.
Agriculture.
The 120 version of farming.
What does it require? It requires farming. What else?
80 farming, 80 crafting and construction.
Yeah,
to be able to.
Yep, that's definitely it.
Agriculture.
I like it. I like it so much. I think we should. If it doesn't come out in here's the deal. If it doesn't come out in an expansion this year, we will spearhead a private server. We will Ocean's 11 the RuneScape server farm, steal a server blade, and replicate it and start our own version of RuneScape. Hire 320 people, and their first job will be to play our own farms. All right.
Elite. I voted for 120 Slayer, and I would love to bring in 120 farming. I
I would love 120
every single
farming.
skill should be raised to 120. I think the max XP cape of 200 mils should be raised to 5.4 bill in every skill rather than just a total skill.
If
So,
they can calculate that, like, just why not even just
unlimited.
infinity? Like, let me figure out
Yeah.
how high I can get. That's the motto I like to live my life by. I'll tell you how
That would
high
be
I
even
can
better.
get. Anyway, I am gonna close that topic down for now. But I'm 114 farming, so, like, coming from someone.
Read Zenils.
Which
read
how
Zenils
about
post there.
the completionist purge expansion? 120 agility, hunter, prayer, farming, all now comp requirements. Yeah, that'll that'll put an end to a few comp capes. Just a few. You know who's not here? Who I expect to be here? Speaking of no XP waste, ultimate, like, 5.4 road to 5.4 bill. There's no Sarah in chat. I hope Sarah's doing okay. Not on a bonus XP weekend. They should make a clan war thingy where you and your clan controls an outpost of some for strategic clan resources and possibly normal cash herbs. That would be interesting. That would be an interesting idea. I would first, for clans, like to see them fix the citadel. Like, how awesome would warring citadels be? Like, take that concept and then, like, apply it to, like, citadel wars. You've seen castle wars. Prepare yourself for citadel wars. Coming July 2018, 19, 20, maybe 21. It's like coming July 2017 or 18.
That's like the
19.
hidden update coming up next month.
Right? The hidden updates have been interesting. I appreciate that they haven't been too crucial. They've been mostly just things that have been just kind of fun things. Just little fun things. I like that. I don't like it when they hide massive things.
What's your favorite hidden?
What's my favorite hidden thing?
What's your favorite hidden update? Yeah, the mystery update.
I have to remember which ones were mystery and which ones weren't. I could tell you which one I hated the most, because that one stands out to me. Lying about the freaking Praesial drops pissed me off. I can't think of any of the ones that I enjoyed. Why does my heart and brain only remember anger?
The Gothic Memorial.
Yes, was that secret? Because if that was secret,
really enjoyed
that was probably my number
secret.
one.
That just.
Yeah, if that one wasn't announced, because it happened like right on January 1st, it was like. Yeah, we didn't know about it though, and it didn't happen right on Jan 1st, obviously. But first week is when
I think my favorite's back to the. I think my favorite's back to the freezer. That was a surprise update. Nobody saw that coming.
It was a good quest.
We sort of knew we were getting a mystery quest, so we sort of knew a quest was coming. We didn't know what it was about.
Nobody picked. It would have been the Penguin quest.
Yeah, and as I said, I hate the Penguin storyline, but that was the actual one Penguin quest I thoroughly enjoyed.
And what about the music from the quest? TARDIS music. They're totally not a rip-off of Doctor Who.
Definitely not.
Have you ever played that track? Have you ever played that music track?
I played the quest with the music on, yeah. I'm pretty sure it's on the channel. Don't need those anymore.
The music track's on the jukebox as well, on the music player.
I could play it right now if I truly wanted to.
Yeah.
I'm going to load up a post here, though, called Absolutely Disgusted Menaphos by Seija Kaijin, who says, the upcoming update for Menaphos was quite distasteful, and I'll explain to you all why, since there is a serious flaw in the design concept, and I hope the released version will be changed according to the logical way I see it. The upcoming updates, according to Runescape Wikia, is considered Menaphos will be a mid-level hub city, like Prifdinus is quoted on Twitch. What does that even mean? It should mean level 75 and at least 10 skills required to access Prifdinus. Menaphos requires what? Level 50 only? This is ultimately a disgrace to the Prifdinus compared with a city of such low stature. Also, you only need 3 beginners quests, with Icthorin's Little Helper being optional. This is ridiculous, as Prifdinus requires the entire Elf City quest, spanning around 10 quests in total, and even unlocks the Death Altar through the requirements. Please, Jagex, upgrade the skill requirements and quest requirements for Menaphos to be on par with Prifdinus. It's so illogically compared at the moment. Thanks. Shut your face.
So just because you're a high level player doesn't mean that there's not a lot of lower level players. And why do we want 2 high level areas? I mean, I think being a mid level,
I think it's too soon to release another high like end game
Exactly.
skilling area. We just had one.
Yep.
It's not saying we can't
That's
have
right.
another one, but like let's give it a couple. That would be like when I
yeah,
was
that's
like,
right.
we need a new skill every year, and you were like, whoa,
Yeah,
whoa, whoa,
that's when you said that.
yeah, and then
Every
so
2
like
to 3 years, I'd be happy with.
exactly like so it goes. The same goes for this type of stuff. It's like you can't have one of these every year. As much as I would love a new skill every year, as much as Seijo would love a new, a new high level skilling hub every year, it's a little much to ask for. Anyway,
we've got to have content for everyone, and this helps those sort of mid-level players, your 50 pluses, to be able to work up and then get them into sort of the higher end stuff and such. It's I think what they've done, and it looks appealing. It looks like it'll be fun. It's not a grind, so give that versatility. If it brings extra players in, well and good. I mean, they bring out something new that's quick and easy to train and fun rather than that grind. Maybe we will see an influx of more players.
Fair enough, indeed. I would love to see an influx of new players, but you could just release only high level content and just let Seija rule, just be as happy as a clam, and just let everyone else not be happy, I guess. But this is the thing: is like Menaphos can still be good even if you're a high level player. Like you don't have to hate Menaphos just because you're maxed.
Well, I'm Max. I'm really excited about the Slayer dungeon to see what they do down there.
Me too.
I just have internal reports confirming that Sarah is not XP wasting. She's not available to listen to the show at the moment, but there is no XP waste occurring for any of those who are concerned.
She must have her chat off, because I had a look. She's showing up as logged out.
Her fiance just contacted
definitely not
me.
XP.
Her fiance just PM'd me and was like, "Oh, there's no XP waste. Don't worry."
Yeah, she's got definitely no XP waste. She's got her friends chat off, so no one bothers her and talks to her.
Right. Talk about XP. You can only handle this level of XP waste when you're maxed. Like this is. I'm barely making. I should be making, unless I ran out of bonus XP, which sounds impossible. Yeah, no, it's not possible. Still have like 4 million bonus XP left. I should be getting 1 million XP an hour right now with bonus XP, and I'm getting 500k. So that just goes to show you how much I'm paying attention. So I am super wasting XP right now for your entertainment. All right, we're done with that post, I guess. What else we got here? Anything else? Expansion Murder 2. That one's done. We are running out of posts here. We could remove the Duel Arena in honor.
Did you get the worried I'll be a target one? There's another one I put in there.
Where is it?
Oh, sorry, that's in
hashtag live Discord.
I have people putting them in like every location known to man. The best thing to do would be to put them in the show topics document. That would be the optimal place.
All right.
Worried I'll be a target.
Did you clean it up?
I did. I've been deleting them as I read them.
When I logged in before, there was like a bunch of there, so I thought I won't put them there because I thought they were all last week's one. So there you go. I'll start putting them there now.
Cool. Worried I'll be a target by Scoose, longtime forum poster and drama queen slightly. Something happened yesterday where I was really nice to someone in a certain thread by welcoming this certain person. Then they went on to acknowledge every other person that posted in their thread and completely ignored me. Yep, I was right to say what I said. This person is in a place of power and is behind a new name for certain reasons. It worries me now because this certain person is behind this new name and in this place of power that for some unknown reason to me, they do not like me. And that is all well and good. I may have said something in the past to them, but this new role they have should be leaving the past behind and starting a new fresh life without any bias towards anybody. Scoose, you sound like the person that if given the opportunity to have a blank slate, would ruin it in a matter of an hour. So if I strangely disappear for no reason, I would like to say, it was not me, I was framed. To the said person, acknowledgement is all I would have taken. Ignorance is a bad trait to have. Much love, Scoose. God help us.
Scoose the crybaby.
Scoose is the biggest forum weirdo.
Scoose the goose.
He is the modern. We had someone like him back when I used to run my own forums. I used to run RP forums back in the day. We had someone like him. Who we just couldn't get rid of until we literally IP banned him. It didn't matter what we did, and he was just drama. His name, I still remember his name to this frickin' day. He caused me so much drama. Silver AVX. If you're out there, bastard.
Mage has not forgotten you.
I have not forgotten. Target. Well.
Oh, man.
Any good comments? This has 6! This has 6 pages of comments. What is wrong with people? I mean,
a lot of them are.
Oh.
Even the J mods are getting in on this apparently here. I don't even. This goes a level deeper than I think I understand or want to understand. I'm reading Mod Matt He's reply to something Scoose said. He says, "Side of the running away in an old Scoose joke, hence the car on bricks. I'm sure Mr. Mod Matt he knows what I'm talking about." And then he says, "Indeed, I was once engaged to a Scooser and bought a house with her there, a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. I think perhaps this topic has slipped." What is happening here? Scoose is a weird man. I'd love to. He's a little bit of an enigma. I'd love to pick his brain someday. I wonder what exactly is going on.
That wouldn't work. You have to have a brain first.
I suppose
You wouldn't be able to pick it.
You're right.
Oh, God.
Just a fish then in the pool of water that's up there. Remove the Duel Arena? Is that where we're at, shall we? Oh, there's an actual poll for this. So this post is brought to you by #RoadToRecovery for David, who's currently like 650 million in debt, which I assume is from the Duel Arena, because that's where he seems to always find himself in debt. This man makes like billions of gold a week and loses billions of gold a week. It's ridiculous. So this post is called "Remove the Duel Arena." The Duel Arena, excuse me. The Duel Arena is where you go to get delicious.
Duel Arena.
So you go to you go to fight over delicious popsicles and bananas. It's great. Well, let's see here. The Duel Arena has been in the game for over a decade. For longer than most of you have been playing this game. Speak for yourself. Back in the days, the Duel Arena was used for legitimate staking and having fun in general. Today, however, the very same Duel Arena is used for nothing more than scamming, real-world trading, and creating in-game gambling problems for people. It has gotten so bad that Jagex have decided to ban a form of staking instead of just getting rid of the problem as a whole. While their new update will decrease the issue to an extent, it will not eliminate the virus that eludes it. Will this have any effect on the legitimate stakers? Yes, but how many of those are left today? There is so much rule-breaking going on at the Duel Arena in World 54 and have been for years that it should have been dealt with years ago. Is the Duel Arena used for anything good? No. Anything productive? No. Is it used for annoying clue scrolls? Yes. Is it used for breaking rules and scamming? Yes. Is it used for real-world trading? Yes. While other forms of scamming still exist, by getting rid of the Duel Arena, we'll know that they'll be taking the right steps in fighting it. I know this has been suggested many times before, but as seen from today's update, even Jagex are starting to get annoyed by it. So just remove it. Simple as that. Should the Duel Arena be removed? Yes or no? I personally say staking should be removed. Dueling, you can leave dueling, whatever. The arena is mainly a place to gather to stake, because you could duel anywhere now, right? So, I guess to remove the Duel Arena, then I don't see a point in it.
The point they made about the annoying clue scroll, I have actually moved that out of there now.
Oh, good.
Anyway. Yes, they did.
Oh, I think I did see someone complain about that. Yeah. There was one person who managed to be upset by that.
I know. It's always,
So this poll...
That's good. I mean, I honestly have never been there other than for clue scrolls. I mean, that type of stuff doesn't bother me. Staking, I think, is probably, not good for the game. But people like to just have fun duels and go there because you can actually set... there's all different things you can set. You can have sort of...
So the type of arena
there. You can have just stand still so no one can run away. You just stand in front of each other and things like that. So that there are sort of different things. I don't personally have any issues with it. And I know a lot of people, I know a few people who do play it for fun. So, it's up to them. They want to just drop down 10 mil and have a competition with each other now and then. That's what's the issue?
Hey, bro, any of you around when the Duel Arena had the Duel Arena tournaments?
No.
No, I don't believe I was. I mean, I was around, yes, but I wasn't aware of it. Probably. Did they offer
I
cash
always wondered why
prizes
they
or
shut them
something?
down because I'm actually one of the champions from that. Because I actually won one of those tournaments when I was around. But
I
as
was
far as,
in the Dominion Towers. Number one.
as far as the getting rid of the Duel Arena, I don't think they should because they could always expand on it. Like have our summoning creatures, battle in there, like Pokemon.
I've always a pet battler system would have my attention in this game.
That would be fun and use Duel Arena for it. And you can set up different things and.
I remember making a machinima about just in case using the Duel Arena as a place where we can battle our pets and stuff like that. I'll post the link in the live chat. Just for those people that've never seen it before. I'm just gonna find the video.
I think RuneScape should go the realm of a pet battling system at some point, but I don't think we're quite there yet. Definitely not quite there yet. I just typed a buttload of stuff to Twitch, and it just didn't go in. If we're having problems with the
What
tip
did you
system...
say? You just did butt stuff?
I just typed a buttload of stuff to Twitch, and it just didn't send, so that's great. So I'll just say what I have to say here real quick. If we're having problems with the tip system, please let me know. We switched from Stream Tip to Stream Labs to increase our bit functionality for the Twitch side of things. If you're having trouble, let me know, and I can either link the old link. Oh yeah, now it sends that message like 8 years later. Thanks, Restream Chat. Yeah, so if there's an issue, I can always link the old link as it still works, and it's still, I think, technically connected here. I think it's still in the thing. But, yeah, let me know if there's a problem. Anyway, let me continue on here. That thing should be mobile optimized as well. Streamlabs is made for like a mobile and browser as well, so it should work fine on an iPhone 5. Any other posts we got? Any other posts at all?
I just posted the video in the hashtag live link. My idea of summoning.
Nice.
Sorry, I'm just going to read out this one. That's by the real old tricky. Zammy Wine's Unfair Stuff. They have a staff called the Lunar Fury staff, and it completely screws the other person competing for wines. It is impossible to telegrab while they stand next to the wine, and I am positive I have tried every way possible. It can't be done. I don't believe any other staff does this in game. It's just a graphical glitch, and it's wrong, and they should be kicked out of my spot because some guy has a crappy staff, yet I'm using the best money has to buy. Jagex finally gets rid of bots, and I get almost the same problem at my favorite pastime. Please make this simple fix. My cat's bum has chimed in here.
Good. I'm glad.
The best thing they should do.
You're kidding. Your cat's bum has chimed in.
Yeah, the best thing they should do is move the wine into the Wilderness Church, where
Yes.
Yes.
in the free-to-play area, nobody is going to throw their bot out there, knowing that not even half their loot will make it back to the bank because someone PK them, or people are just waiting to PK them. This way is fair and worth its actually freaking value of 10k. Other than that, they need to stop wearing their shit-ass money for hats and do a better job at removing bots. Or they should take my idea already and RuneScape would be better. Check out my forum I made about new bot reporting system. Wow.
I like the self-promotion.
Hitler, but when it...
What?
I hated Hitler, but when it comes to botters, he had the right idea.
Oh my god.
Oh.
That is not the right way to go about getting your opinion across.
Cool. Very, very uncool.
Yeah, when you're trying to push an opinion and gain people's agreeance.
And then you immediately bring up Hitler. You're not going to win the argument.
It's always a good idea to relate your idea to Nazism. That generally pushes people's opinions in a positive direction. Yeah.
Wow. I didn't see that part when I was first reading it. And then I just
good. Your reaction was worth it.
It's like, what? Oh, that is terrible.
People are terrible. What can you do? I almost made a bad joke there. I'm
Yeah,
glad I have a filter.
if you really, yeah. if they really want Zammy Wines, just go and kill the Zamorak Gods Wars boss, or
Don't Moss Giants
Or,
occasionally
or
drop it?
get this, people. There's actually a seed that you can plant, and every 2 hours you can harvest it, and it will give you grapes that you can ferment, that turn into that wine, that you can then sell for money, and you got experience too in your farming skill. Like, why can't people play the game? Why does everything have to be dropped from something? Why can't people just make... skilling system. Breaking news. Hold on, let me switch back to my all chats here. 2017 breaking news: RuneScape players participates in illegal Chinese. Oh god, I'm so sick of that shit, Stormsmith. Get out of here. Is my chat broken? No, he just keeps reposting that like an asshole. Okay. Farming nerd. Or maybe my chat is broken then. Mage, were you about to say people who were? I'm not gonna say what I was. That's not what I was gonna say. I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say, because what I was gonna say would only come out of my. Like, this is exactly why I'll probably never do like a drunk stream or anything. Filters are important. What I was gonna say would probably end my career. Probably not really. And this isn't a career, so there you go. Problem solved. Let's move along.
This is voluntary stuff. You're not getting paid for it.
Oh, well,
actually, yeah.
Technically.
But anyway, donations.
Breathe with me, and find me a topic to talk about, because this is weird. Is fair XP doubled? Come on, people.
No, it's not.
It's
It was typed in the YouTube chat earlier on today. It's not
This
doubled.
is why we can't have nice things. It's temporary. You want temporary XP to be boosted. Like, give me a break.
There's another one here where someone wants basic EOC abilities on legacy mode, and first person can know it's unnecessary. If you don't like it, play EOC.
I mean, this is true. This is very true. Growing grapes is dumb. Inventory is so full of planks that you can't pick many grapes. That's not true, 100%. I can... First of all, the one good thing to have is the perk from... whatchamacallit, the Shrine of Gothics. Or, no, the Farming Cape. I'm a dumbass. Which, of course, you need to be 90. If you're not 99, yes, they can be super annoying. But there's also... You can use porters that will automatically send your grapes to the bank if you are rich or just do a lot of divination. That's a thing you could do. But I don't do that because I think that you're basically taking money off of your bottom line by using them. Because you can also just gather some grapes and then just click on the leprechaun and then they all get noted. And then you just move along and just keep noting them, and that's what I do at least. And yeah, it's just, you gotta do a little bit of, finger work, noting the grapes once your inventory fills up, but it's not like you got a bank or anything. And that brings me in a good, like...
And those 5 planks, I mean, I generally just take the 10...
I take all of them with me for the whole run.
Yeah,
the run gets easier as you go on. Yeah.
Yeah, but I just do Felidor and Sears, then go straight back to... where do I go? I then go straight to the Max Guild and then just teleport to Yanil and do those ones there.
Is he cool?
So I don't worry about the one on Antrana.
My farming run goes as is. As far as this is literally what I do for my full farming run, urban and grapes. For anyone interested, I do Trollheim, then I do Prifdinus, then I do the Cabbage Patch location, then I go to Menaphos, then to Catherby, then to Ardoin, then
That's a standard third run.
Yep, then I max guild teleport, change my loadout, use the Wildy Sword to teleport to the wilderness, do my blood weeds, use the portal to get to low level wilderness, and then max guild teleport back, change my loadout again to farming, which is just all the planks, all the seeds, all the compost, and then I go from Menaphos to do my mushrooms real quick, then I go Yanil, Lumbridge, and then Sears. That's how I do it. Fairly straightforward. It takes about 15 minutes to do a single farm run.
You do your Mortella mushroom patches too?
Yep. They're only ready every other farm run if you're efficient, though. So yeah, I go from Menaphos to Yanil to Lumbridge to Sears. And I try to do that 3 times a day, but it doesn't always happen when I get hyper focused on like the end. Like if I'm closing in on the end of a 120 or something, I generally stop everything that I'm doing except for that just to get it done. And then of course double XP weekend, I'm not moving from this spot unless except to grab my wisdom aura, which I forgot to bring with me. So that's the only XP aura that I think that works on double XP weekend. Of course, you can also use the Joy of Atmakin pulse cores as well from your Desert Pantheon aura, but the wisdom will not work. The wisdom on that aura will not work for the 10%, which I think is, I guess, fair. I was a little disappointed, but it's, you know, you're already getting 200% experience. Whatever. You can also thief porters from Amlod. Yes, this is correct. You can. That is one way to obtain them. You can also create them through the memory shards you obtain from the Memorial of Guthix if you tune certain skilling activities such as farming, firemaking, and woodcutting to receive memory shards that then can be crafted into divination items, which include porters and healing signs and signs of life and death and stuff like that, which is pretty convenient. It's a nice little way that if you're already doing farming runs to kind of make porters for said farming runs, if you're the kind of person that doesn't like to manage your leprechaun, which I used to be that person. Then I decided that the leprechaun really wasn't that difficult to do. Like it was only adding on like a minute in total to my overall farming run to use the leprechaun. So the amount of money I was wasting on using porters at the time, because I was paying to create them at the time, was an issue. But now that I would be making my porters from a free byproduct of farming, it would again make sense to use them. But I haven't used them because the time saving is not that much. I'd rather put those porters to use for like 200 million fishing or another skill to 120 that requires gathering of an item that can be banked through porters, which I don't know if there even is one, but hey.
I have about 100 or so portents.
Heck yeah. I went through thousands of those freaking pieces of shit back when I was getting 120 fishing before Waterfall. And then the Waterfall came out and life just completely changed. I was always just, you know, fishing those sea urchins. It was good times. A little bit behind on RuneScape Weekly, just caught up on the Lord of the Rings giveaway, Lord of the Luck of the Dwarves giveaway. I liked the Whiners comment. Nice. Can I have a text document outlining that farm run? I could write that down for you for sure. I could even make a video on it if I remember to. But yeah, let me write that down to remember to do that real quick, and I can do that. Yeah, farm. Actually, also have another. If you're into farm runs, I have another post. This is actually a post. I have not done this, but I'm gonna start doing this when I go for 120 farming. Make farm guide. Make herb farm guide. This post
Make
here.
farming great again.
Hello, Alex. This post here is called Single Inventory Farm Runs by Woollyful. And this is great if you are, you know, looking to also get your farm run done and you want to compact it, doing the trees and everything. And they say, I've seen a lot of questions regarding farm runs lately, and I've had 3 people PM me to do a full tree run. Here's how you can do a full tree run. So he gives you a basic loadout here, and he explains that the first column is 7 palms, replaced with the best fruit tree you can grow. Second column is 6 magics, so of course replace that with the best tree seed you can grow. Other 3 seeds in the bottom right are Spirit, Elder, and Calquat. You grow the Calquat every day, and the other 2 when they are available. Staff can be any earth staff, and they never protect magic palms or Calquats, and they always protect Spirit and Elders. If you have Slayer Cape and Wicked Pouch, you can replace the Log, Magic Cape, Farming Cape, Quiver, and Runes and carry all 5 Money Nuts for Spirit Tree locations. Monkey Nuts, I think, is what they meant to say there, not Money Nuts. That's okay.
You could get the monkey nuts off Apator.
Mm-hmm. Yes, very true.
So
So
while you're complaining about that, I'm in the rants forum, and there's a guy there asking, why does the leprechaun note trees? There's no reason I can see for ever having a noted tree. You can't trade them. They're useless, well noted. What's the point of noting trees at the patch? Someone's salty because they clicked note instead of get something else. done that a couple of times myself.
I've done that with items you can't note, and it'd be like, I can't note this item. I'm like, oh, good, because that would mean that would be the end of this farm run.
I know. No, he's noted my trees a few times on me.
Oh, good to know. I'll make sure to hopefully not make that mistake.
Yeah.
So here's the run. Varric tab.
Yeah. That's only when I used to. Sorry, that was only when I used to keep all all my compost with him because of the quick loadouts now. The compost comes out of my bank, so it doesn't matter as much now. But yeah.
Let's see. So first here, let's break this down. Single inventory farm run. So first up, teleport to Varrock using a Varrock tab. There's a magic tree next to the castle. Lumpy Lodestone will take you to the magic tree east of the Combat Academy. Fally Lodestone takes you to the magic tree in the Fally Park. Cabbage Port to Port Sarum Spirit Tree to Stronghold will get you a magic tree and palm tree in the Gnome Stronghold. You can take the balloon to Tavelry. It costs 1 log. And a magic tree, so that will get you to the magic tree north of the balloon. Cabbage Ports, or Port Sarum Spirit Tree to Village. You can exit the maze, and there's a palm tree west of the maze. Tyranwin Quiver to Lieta gets you the palm tree outside of the bank. Juju Bag Teleport to the palm tree in the Jadinka Farm area. To the Catherby Lodestone gets you to the palm tree there on the beach. And then take the Brimhaven Lodestone to get to the palm tree and Spirit Tree there. Then you could take the Tai Boywana Scroll Teleport to the Kelqua Tree, to the Attune Crystal Seed Teleport to the Return District, get you the Magic Tree down there. Then the Attune Crystal Teleport to the Ivy Elder Tree Patch in the east, and then the Attune Crystal Teleport to the Mylar to the Palm Tree in the north. And then you collect the Crystal Tree Blossom, of course, in the center there for 15k, and that's the tree run. I would estimate by looking at that, that's a good 20-minute tree run right there. So, to keep in mind, you only have to do a tree run really like once a day. Like, I only do my tree run once a day when I do tree runs, which has been few and far between these days, but I used to do them religiously when I was going for 199. Almost said 120. But now that I'm almost 115, I really kind of want to pick back up on tree runs again to get closer to 120, as 120 farming is one of my most sought-after capes, I think. It's one of the capes that I really, really want. It's up there with my Divination was one of them. Farming is one of them. I don't know if there is another one that I can... oh, yeah, Herblore. Herblore is my other one, of course. Herblore is probably my number one most wanted one, followed by Divination, followed by Farming. So those are my top threes right there, if anyone was interested. Someday I'll have them all.
Can I read...
No.
Can I read out a rant?
Yeah, of course.
This is by Sorksa. You kill our Jag protection. Jagex Account Guardian deactivates soon. Why not make it a power player poll first? Authenticator is a damn shit thing. Jag was much better protection and much more comfortable. Why did you remove Rune Labs? The whole Rune Labs and power to player politics probably was never honest. Only a propaganda thing. And now you removed Jag. 2007 is a very bad year for players. I don't give an F for Menaphos update.
Person's pretty salty.
I gotta say that
think...
post was not done by me, okay?
That post was also, like, they clearly just decided that the brainstorming phase was also the final draft, because that was like 8 ideas.
Yeah, it wasn't Rune Labs a gem.
I know. He's been a member since 2012 too. And he's a Premier Club member.
Congratulations to Zenel.
Who did he scam to get that off?
Zenel just got, maybe to Jess, but very recently just got Bernie the fire making pet. That's pretty awesome. Congratulations.
Hey.
Do I have that? I don't think I have that one. I have Woody, not Bernie.
I don't have it.
I will be getting Bernie now that I'm going for 120 fire making, though.
Yeah, so you would like to think that.
I would like to think that. If it doesn't happen, I'll be really sad. Yeah, go for it.
I'm going to continue on. Jack Flack answers him. It's always been known that the whole player of the player's setup was simply Jagex being forced into damage control mode after the whole butchering of the release of the OC. Removing Jag is simply a cop-out on their part, as they don't want to put in the effort to keep a better security system running, instead defaulting to on-the-paper-thin third-party systems rather than using their own superior system. Their superior system, which actually gave you the amount of letters, the first letter...
What?
But that was a superior system.
I don't understand what's happening anymore.
These people say a Jag was a superior system to Authenticator. I'm
what?
Very uncomfortable with this. They didn't give us much time, did they?
I mean, they didn't get... All right. They didn't give us much time. They have been saying Jag has been deprecated for like the past 3 years. I mean, like, Authenticator came when Authenticator came out. Jag became deprecated. You can't say you didn't have enough time. Magebit on FireMaking, did you augment a crystal tinderbox? I have not yet augmented a crystal tinderbox. Does it work with portables? Can I use my portable? Can I use portables with a augmented tinderbox? Would be my question to you, Mr. Killer Bunny. I'm also I'm re-tagging the show as a chill show now, or is it pretty much just going to kind of change the dynamic of the show? You can read posts if you want to. But I'm also just gonna like say random stuff about RuneScape. What do you got? Jade Roots with Superheat Form is an easy 800k an hour. I have been trying that, Chris, but I have not been able to get above 500k an hour. Like, and I'm like doing it like as my primary like RuneScape activity. Like, it's not like I'm trying to AFK. Like, it's my main screen activity. And I was going at it with like what I thought was peak efficiency, using the Ring of Fire and the Flame Glove things, and no bonus XP, but an avatar with 6%. And I was only getting like 550k an hour at best. I was like, am I doing this wrong? What am I doing wrong here? Sorry, did I interrupt you there, Pern?
No, I'm just continuing on. Fifi LaRue comes on and says, nothing about computers or their safety. I do what I can based on guidance. As such, I've got the worst anti-WhatsApp package and use malware bytes regularly. Made a 2-step email and put Authenticator in place. So what you're saying is that Jagex are telling us lies and Authenticator is rubbish bordering on useless, and that everyone who's telling me it's all good, just kiss ass. I need to know these things so I can take appropriate actions. So she obviously doesn't know much about computer security, so she's asking. Jack Flack jumps on. If Jag was a brick wall, Authenticator is a piece of wet paper. It's better than that.
Get out of here.
I think it's nowhere near as Jagex and the fanboys are trying to claim. Fifi LaRue says, well, that makes me feel reassured with a sad face. Being missold junk by Jagex really shouldn't surprise me at all.
Jag was literally
Jag was the best piece that... No, this goes on for 6 pages. Jag was the best security they could offer and was so simple to set up. This just convolutes the whole thing by making you use a phone or send you a rigmarole with a USB stick and times 6-digit codes. Biggest issue they had was the faulty algorithm generating the codes.
Jag can be removed just as easily as Authenticator. So if your argument that Authenticator is insecure due to its easy to remove from your account altogether by contacting Jagex, well, same goes for Jag. So if that's your argument, it's a null argument. It's a straw man. It doesn't exist because it's the same. And for that to be said, literally, Jag is literally security hangman. Like, that is literally what Jag is. It gives you a question, it tells you how many letters the answer is, gives you one of the letters, and then asks you to fill in the rest. How is that better than a randomly generated number from an algorithm that changes every 30 seconds and is only viewable by a device that you physically have in front of you? Go ahead.
I'm going to post this in the notes for you because after the show, I want you to go on there and write that because there's some really bad information coming out from people who claim they know better to people who are generally asking questions about and getting scared shitless because these people are idiots.
Well, yeah, people are idiots. That is true. Yeah, I'd be more than happy to write a response, but I will not defend myself. That's for sure. That's one thing. Is like
just put in.
That's been my thing recently. Like on Reddit is I've been like leaving logical comments on things and then getting all these ridiculously stupid like answers and just like I'm not going to defend my logic. I'm not going to defend logic because it's based on logic. Like just go. You're just dumb and you're not worth my time. So yes, I will make the initial statement. But I will not argue with anybody about it.
Don't argue. Just for the people who are actually genuinely concerned because they don't understand, because of these morons.
Two-step email is the key to account security. Two-step email is definitely one of the keys to account security. And if it is a key that is left unlocked, you basically have defeated the whole system for sure. That's the thing, is security is only as strong as your weakest link, and if you have one weak link, the chain can be broken. And that's what a lot of people like to not think about, if at all possible. If if they can get away with it. And, you know, you can get away with it for a certain amount of time, but then eventually it's going to happen to you if you're not following proper protocol. Jag didn't reveal any reply on release. Jagex chose to make it completely useless because players complained they forgot their answers. Fair enough. That's good to know, Trippy. And I always thought it was strange that that it gave you one letter. Like, that basically defeated the entire system. It made the entire system useless. No security system is ever going to give you one of like a piece of its salt. There's no point in doing that, because once you have one piece, it's a lot easier to figure out the rest. It's really sad. So yeah, make sure you have Authenticator enabled. If you're going to be going forward, you don't want to have your account unprotected. I mean, I just don't understand why anyone would be like, well, Jag is gone, now I want nothing. Like, why would you not do something? So, again, if you need help setting up Authenticator, we do have video on the channel of it. As to how to do it, it's not a hard process. Everyone's talking about how easy it is to set up Jag. It's just as easy to set up Authenticator, even if you don't have a smartphone that's eligible to do it. Like, just get it done. Just get it done. I think that video I made on the tutorial, and if you think about it, the tutorial video is obviously going to be longer than it takes to do it, because it has to explain the process. To explain how to set up Authenticator, it took me like 9 minutes. So if it took me 9 minutes to explain it, it probably takes 3 minutes to set up. So there you go. That's all I got to say. Got any other topics here? Feel free to throw them at me. Sleep as XP waste. Yeah, DX has set off into the sunset. He is going to bed.
Yes. I'm about to go myself.
Right, I was gonna say, I'm surprised we haven't lost Pernasius yet.
Yeah, I've been up since 7 this morning. I had to drive my son to the bus stop and then work tonight.
It's all good.
So, yes, well, we got through a few good things. I hope everyone enjoyed the shows that we had.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good time. I will.
We had a nice little start. I almost got Stormsmith banned. So sorry, Storm.
Hazelmere's ring will never. I honestly don't know if I believe. Like, I've been jokingly saying that I don't think Hazelmere's ring is actually obtainable, but like, the longer we go without one in game, it really feels like they're either lying to us about the information or.
When did they tell us about it? Was it January 1? And they're going to let it go for a whole year and let us know next January 1 that it was a joke?
Hazelmere's ring has been allegedly obtainable in game for over a month now, and
no, I know,
and no one has gotten it. So it's like,
I know about it, but I'm just wondering.
Yeah, like, are they gonna, like, what are they? Like, yeah, it's the longest running. I don't even know what you'd call at this point. It feels like a scam. Like, what are they? I don't know what they're trying to do. If this is literally just like, if this turns out to not be anything at all, I'm gonna be pretty pissed off, and I think a lot of people are gonna be too, because many man hours have been spent. There's literally been a RuneScape Weekly like Elite edition of it dedicated. Like, I'm gonna have to do a another little like scape shot. I'm bringing back for the 8th anniversary, which is coming up in a few days here. I think it's like next week. It's like the 27th, so it's like next Saturday. The 8th anniversary of RuneScape Weekly is coming up next week, and we're gonna start a new Patreon feature that is going to persist into the future. We're gonna hopefully keep this going. I'm gonna see how people like this. It's gonna be I guess I'll just pitch this since we have nothing better to talk about right now. I'm gonna bring back scape shots, which are gonna be like 15 to 45 minute little bite-sized segments that will focus around 1 to 3 topics at a time, and will have no release schedule, but will more than likely be once a week to 1 to 3 times a week. Basically, could be a monologue of me just talking about something, or it could be a debate, like one-on-one, or it could be, who knows. But it's going to be more bite-sized things, and those will just be thrown out to patrons and yada 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 at certain levels. Like, you'll get whatever. The details are very rough, but I thought it would be much more laid back and interesting, and we could focus or micro focus on things if we did that. I think, because I really liked how the special went with Canada Girl, really like that kind of investigative journalism style thing, and I kind of want to keep that going. So if you liked that, and want to see more of that, I'm going to try to make that a thing that we do on Patreon. So we'll see what happens with that. Elite saying, Hazel's Ring has got to be one of the most mishandled best in slot releases ever. If that ring is best in slot, I will quit. If the rarest ring in the game is, I'm done.
Someone was saying people have been camping Abbey Demons, but we don't know what it's actually dropped from. I would laugh if you must have a grand seed pod in your inventory.
That's the thing, is they say the only requirements are basically wearing the ring and fighting Slayer monsters. So it's like
and
nobody.
Slayer task, isn't it?
It
but you don't have to be on a Slayer task. So what about if
they don't mention that
specifically?
Spiders
Slayer tasks? Yes, Spider's a Slayer monster.
Our Spider is a Slayer monster. I don't know. You're asking the wrong person. But hey, chat, our Spider is a Slayer monster.
Maybe you have to sit on Hazelmere's little island and just kill those spiders down there
his lap
until they drop it.
I don't know. Maybe maybe the ring's in his pocket and you just got to reach in. Ephistix saying, a friend of mine has Authenticator in his account. His phone broke. He forgot his email password and as a result lost his account. If your friend has not been able to recover his account via the account recovery process, then that account either is not his account or he provided a lot of fake information when he originally created it, because the credit card tied to the account, addresses, internet service providers that you previously logged into, all that information, especially if they then submit that from the IP that has most recently and consistently logged into the account in the past 6 to 8 months, that's going to push them even further into that territory. So I would be really surprised to blame that on Authenticator more so than their integrity in their storytelling abilities. But, there are anecdotal events, of course, of Authenticator being disabled without, people's want or need for it to be disabled by a third party. And yes, it can happen, but it's extremely, extremely rare. And you really have to be the target of something at that point for that to occur. It's really, really difficult to pull off as far as the amount of information that would be required to do so. So not impossible, but not anywhere in the realm of possibility, if you will. Timbo confirmed you can get it from slaying bosses, anything that gets to the rare drop table. Yeah, and it's been a month, and how has no one gotten a single one though, right? IP can be spoofed pretty easily. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is they look at that stuff. And if you're contacting them from a VPN or you use a VPN regularly to play the game, that can make it harder for them to verify the owner of the account. That's one of the reasons why I think they say playing with a VPN isn't going to get you banned, but it can cause you some problems down the road as far as account ownership. It's only one detail out of many details required to recover an account, but it's one of the more heavier weighted details. So if you're one that uses a VPN, you can have trouble with that. But there are many, many other points that can be checked besides just where you're coming from. But of course, it can be used against you as well. You can make it look like you're coming from somewhere you're not coming from, of course, being the basic definition of spoofing, I suppose. Lord Underking saying people camp abbeys because they are quick to kill and have a high chance of accessing the rare drop table. So, yeah, that makes sense. They are mostly AFK, decent money, and all that fun stuff. It's just, do you need to be on a Slayer task? Who knows? Hopefully not. It just seems like we don't have much information, so how do we truly know? I don't know. And I don't think we'll ever know. The end. I'm hungry. Lunchtime. Just realized that. You want to keep going on, Pern, or should we wrap it up?
Sorry, I was just reading up on Hazelmere's ring. It was released on the 27th of March, so it wasn't a March 1 trick. You must be wearing the Luck of the Dwarves ring to obtain it. It is off the rare drop table. So anything that...
just RDT, whatever. It's a subsection of the RDT, supposedly. And that's all cool and well.
It's dropped similar to Vecna Skull, but it's much rarer.
Yeah,
and you have to have the Luck of the Dwarves equipped.
And the Vecna Skull's already stupidly rare, so yeah, this is exponentially rarer than that. We assume, we don't know, but we sure as hell haven't seen it. So,
Hmm.
on that note,
So 27, almost 2 months. Yes.
right? That is kind of crazy. That was also confirmed by Timbo. It's like all this information comes from Timbo though, because he's the only person who allegedly knows. But how do we know he's not just stringing us along? How do we know that any of this is even in the game? Maybe he's just a sick fuck.
Well, he also didn't have the luck properly done on the luck of the dwarves until like a week or two ago. Anyway, let's remember that.
It's a possibility
they had to do a
that
whole
it
lot
was
of fixes on that.
It's a possibility that it was completely broken, and they just don't want to admit that because then people would be angry. Yeah, you never know. Got the Vector drop, no ring though. So it's clearly much rarer than the Vecna, or RNG's just a bitch. If you got a Blurberry special, then it means you rolled for the super rare drop table the ring is on, but didn't roll for the ring itself. That is like ripping someone's testicles off. That feeling must be like getting a Blurberry special. So every time I drop that emote in the Discord channel, discord.runeweek.com, that is like, I'm basically insulting everyone is what I'm doing. I didn't realize that. I apologize. I didn't realize what a Blurberry special truly meant to someone hunting for the ring. That is like the middle finger equivalent. It's like getting the 100k cash from a clue scroll, right? Could have been a third age, could have been a die. Nope, you got 100k. Enjoy.
Hey, I did an elite clue the other day that was worth 28k.
Nice. How'd you pull that one off? What'd you get?
I don't know. I've never seen one. I can't remember what it was. I just looked at it and I just ripped it all out of my bank and dropped it all on the ground where I was standing. I was that pissed off.
Oh, that is...
There's like 3 items and it was like 28k. And I thought, are you freaking kidding me?
Oh,
and I said,
no.
Right, drag and drop, drag and drop, drag and drop, drag and drop. I'm out and I just teleported away. That's the worst.
That. Yeah.
But before that, I think 90k was my worst.
Ow. My ears, but thank you. I just got deafened. That was much louder than I expected. Also, I'm still learning what the different alert sounds mean, so I actually don't even know what just happened. All of a sudden, the sound goes, and I'm just like, why? I liked the old system better. It just made a swing, and it was, I was familiar with it. It didn't scare me. But thank you for the subscription / follow / all the slashes. I am probably going to switch back to my old system, I think, unless I can finish this ago. 1 minute ago. That was from Baban's. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Deathly Hallows, at least worth it. Are we talking Harry Potter? What did I miss? To be fair, this was my ring. You would be targeted by so many. You would be. You would be targeted by a lot of hackers. That is. Would you even? I guess it would be a global broadcast. Wouldn't everyone would know?
Unless you have unless you're got
privacy
turned off, it won't broadcast.
You're right.
Privacy, yeah.
Holy crap! So the first person, you just unleashed the biggest conspiracy of all time. There is a Hazelmere ring out there. The person who has it had their privacy off the whole time, and they're just not.
There's only one introduced to the game. Yep, there's only one in the game.
Yeah. Oh my god!
It's only going to be released once. It's like it's like the Hellfire bow, where you can only have one in the world on each world. Well, this ring is only one across all the servers.
Oh my goodness! I think it comes down to he has forgotten that most of the information, including his old email and password, as it was always auto-assigned on his phone. Oh yes, the age of auto-assignment is killing our ability to remember things. Address books, auto-completes. Yep. We used to have to remember we had to memorize phone numbers, or you just didn't get to call your friend. I hated those days. How do we know HSR just isn't the RuneScape equivalent of the Resurrection Stone? It could be. That's what I'm saying, is it could. It doesn't even exist. I don't believe it exists. Turns out Sarah has it, that's why she isn't here. She's ascended. Step 1, after getting Hazelmere's Signet, Insta-trade to alt. That's under different email. Smart. That's a smart idea. I'm trying to load the Rune Clan page, by the way, Mr. Killer Bunny, to check the clan competition. However, I forgot it's double XP weekend. That means Rune Clan doesn't work. Rune Clan just goes down on double XP weekend because everyone's trying to check their stats. Even though, in my opinion, and I've switched completely from Rune Clan to Rune Metrics Pro, like, Rune Metrics Pro is really good data, and it's way more up to date. Like, it's way more accurate than Rune Clan. So I've just stopped using Rune Clan for anything but tracking clan competitions and stuff, really. So I don't know why everyone feels the need to frickin' DDoS it on double XP weekend when Rune Metrics is frankly a better service. He says as he's trying to load Rune Clan for the one feature that it is still good for. You can't prove HSR isn't in game. Yeah, the whole you can't disprove a negative argument. Yeah, real fair, Zenel. The biggest troll would be if HSR can't be traded. That would be great. I hope it's not tradable. Well, it's on the GE, so we know it's tradable, but it would be great if it wasn't. Oh, yeah, it would be great if, like,
funny, though.
Whoever receives it, and whoever equips the ring, like, your character is deleted when you equip the ring. Like, you can hold the ring in your inventory, but the first person to equip... And that's why we haven't seen anyone with the ring. They've been deleted. And then Jagex sends, basically a small crack team of like, Navy SEALs to your house to basically assassinate you so you can't tell the story. And that's why we haven't seen the ring. Everyone who has it's dead and deleted. By the way, clan competition finally loaded here. First 3 places, this is why Killer Bunny wants me to announce it. First place is currently at Fatty 420 with 5.4 million. Second place is Death Star with 2.7 million. And third place is Killer Bunny with 1.3 million. And honorable mentions go to Pernasius with 877k, Dr. Wolf with 625. It doesn't matter, you're not eligible. And Brawny Ronnie with 444k. So get going, 50 mil prize pot.
Sorry, you're talking about the Slayer Skull?
Yeah.
What am I in?
Yeah, we got 25 million for first place, 15 million for second place, and 10 million for third place. So, got to be a member of Kill, Skill, and Chill to compete. But if you want to compete, just hit me up, and you can. So there you go. It's a year-long April Fool's joke. I don't count. I'm not going to win, and neither is Fatty 420. Well, we'll see about that. Gotta get questioned. Obviously, if you can exempt yourself, if you want to be exempt, let me know. And if you ever want to be exempt, like, forever from competitions, like, I can permanently exempt you. It makes my life easier. So let me know. Anyway. Anything else we got here?
Nope, I am heading to bed.
I think I'm ready for some potato salad.
Thank you to everyone for coming out. Thank you for the congrats on my salty title. And
it fits you.
I lived up to it tonight, I believed.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
And again, sorry, Stormfist, for Mage trying to ban you on my annoying him.
It's all good. I'm sure he forgives you.
Take it easy, all. Catch you next week.
Take care. I like how Fatty made this month much more profitable than the month I came in second. Aw. Well, with Pern gone and my stomach rumbling, I may take an intermission here and go get some lunch. Since we don't really have any specific topics to talk about anyway. If anyone wants to bring anything up, feel free to keep me rambling here, and I'll just ramble until I run into things to ramble about. But if the ramblings have come to an end, then I will simply begin reading the end cap. I'm also just going to close out some things here. I apologize, by the way, if I'm still getting used to Streamlabs. I will get used to it. But I'm still not used to all the sound effects and all that fun stuff, so we'll get there in time. I appreciate everyone's patience as I learn this new alert system here. Thanks for coming out, Chris. I appreciate it. In the meantime, of course, you can find us on social media. We got a Facebook page for you. Facebook.com/RSWeekly is our Facebook page. We got a Twitter for you as well, at RSWeekly. Discord for you as well, discord.runeweek.com. And, of course, if you can, please rate us and review us on iTunes or whatever podcast aggregator you use to obtain the show. If you're watching this live or after the fact on YouTube or Twitch, make sure to follow, leave a like, subscribe if it's YouTube, all that fun stuff. Make sure to enable a notification so you know when we go live or post a new video, all that fun stuff. You want to join us in-game, you can do that as well at Kill, Skill, and Chill. It's Kill, Skill, the letter N, Chiller, clan.runeweek.com. And if you want to help us out, we have a Patreon page available for you. That's patreon.com/RuneScape. There you will find many past shows of our RuneScape Weekly Elite series. Tons of bonus content going back over a year. We've been producing Elite content there, so if you're looking for some bonus content, that's the place to go. That starts at $3 a month. You can pledge any amount you'd like. It really does help us continue to produce the show, so really do appreciate whether it's $1, $1 million, any amount of dollars, any amount of me still just totally not ready for that sound coming into my ears. It's so scary and so beautiful at the same time. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. And eventually I'm going to get everything working on every different page as well. I've transitioned, of course, to the end cap page here, which only has the bit thingy on it and whatnot. So I will eventually figure out what needs to be where. Oh, can I actually pop this window out? I'm learning so many things. Here. But I'm not 100% sure how to use Streamlabs yet, so I do apologize for the early days of Streamlabs, and thank you for your continued follows, subscribes, donations, supports. Everything is super appreciated. And heck yeah, wouldn't be able to produce the show. Like I was saying, Patreon, that's our bread and butter, but we also have a tip line as well, tip.runeweek.com, if you want to submit a tip. It will create some form of notification with a message and everything, and we'll read your message. It's super fun, and another way to support the show. We got bits enabled if you're watching this on the Twitch side of things, and you like to cheer. We have cheers as well now, so that's pretty cool. We're moving on up in the Twitch world. We got a shop available for you as well. You may notice there haven't been any Magebucks codes as of late, but Magebucks codes still exist, or Magebucks still exist, rather, and you can still use them in the shop at shop.runeweek.com. And I would be, if we want to see Magebucks codes coming around again, those of you who are hoarding Magebucks will want to use your Magebucks. But we have new uses for Magebucks coming in the future, which is why you're seeing less Magebucks codes now. So maybe you do want to hang on to your Magebucks. Look at Magebit being all ambiguous about the future of Magebucks. Who knows what's to come there? So keep an eye on that space as well. If you're the proud owner of Magebucks, hang on to them or spend them, your choice. And if you're not, don't worry, there will be future opportunities to gain Magebucks. Anyway, if you do have Magebucks, shop.runeweek.com is where you want to go to use those Magebucks. You can request videos, you can change the activities on skilling live streams. There are tons of things you can do. Check them out again at shop.runeweek.com. If you want to help out a little, donate a tip. If you want to help out a lot, donate the whole thing. Ooh, badoonch. Zenel, I swear, if I can afford that soundboard. Make that, after PVM Perspective gets funded, we'll fund the soundboard, and I'll build Zenel's sound feature into like our sound panel. It'll be awesome. Anyway, speaking of soundboard, if you want to check out the soundboard, we just added it to our upgrades list. Upgrades.runeweek.com. You can check that out. That's upgrades.runeweek.com. That will bring you to our upgrades list, all things we're looking for. We are like 90% of the way to building the new studio. It has taken me about 2 months longer than I would have liked. I'm going to be ordering one of the webcam. I need 3 webcams to do this, but I'm going to start with one. So we're going to order one C920 soon, and I'm going to be removing the shelves behind me, and setting up the green screen and all that fun stuff to make way for some new style of video content that I've never done before on the channel. But it just involves moving my desk and just getting this whole room reorganized. So it is happening. Everything on the wish list there on our upgrades page is to basically make the upgrades process go smoother. So if you want to help us out, you can check that out at upgrades.runeweek.com. But anyway, I do want to quickly thank our top Patreon supporters, including Rune Group. Of course, Rune Group is a very well-known Facebook and Discord social media group. RuneGroup.uk is where you can go to check them out. Again, RuneGroup.uk. You can go. They have a Facebook group of over 25,000 active members and a Discord channel that is just as active as well. Again, RuneGroup.uk. Thank you for your ongoing support of RuneScape Weekly. Again, if you're watching this via Facebook, that is all thanks to Rune Group. So check out their Facebook group. It's fantastic. I post constantly in there, and I'm always reading it. So, RuneGroup.uk. Wait, you're abandoning my wonderful creation? How could you? I'm not going to abandon it. I'm going to evolve it. Mad scientist style. Anyway, top Patreon supporters also include Keski, Swagatorix, Alex W, Danny H, Kevin H, All Gunner, Hamster King, Sudwood, Godly Fury, and Tyler. Thank you so much for your ongoing patronage. It means the world to me to be able to produce this show, and let's be honest, we wouldn't be able to produce this show at least regularly if it wasn't for our patrons, not only our top patrons, but everyone who supports us on Patreon, whether it's at the $1 level or the $1 million level. We appreciate it so much because this show, you know, it takes a lot of work to continuously produce it, and then we got PVM Perspective on board now, which takes hours and hours of research by our amazing team. So again, thank you so much for allowing us to be able to produce what we do produce, and we would love to be able to bring you more varied content in the future, and I look forward to, again, the new studio and everything being reworked soon and being able to try new stuff. We got a security series coming out right after Double XP Weekend. Totally forgot Double XP Weekend was going on, so that video should be airing on Tuesday. But that's pretty much it for this episode of RuneScape Weekly. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for coming out live or watching after the fact. Love you all, and I hope your gains are plentiful. So until next time, and as always, happy scaping.